So when we last left off, the party had chased down Freddy in his car being held at what was assumed to be gunpoint, only for it to be a individual having less body mass and more fluid mass, as he was comprised of some sort of viscous material, trying to make some sort of hasty escape. You all brought more attention than they were wanting, so they had to escape the scene as cars crashed, people were run over and burned alive and subsequently shot. Trauma Team had its work cut out for them, but little did they know that they also had more trouble brewing as they gathered up these bodies and started to leave the scene. Doc quickly trying to make their way to the scene. You all watched as this hover car, this marvel of modern technology, this flying tank, whisked away these people into absolute safety, only for you to watch it start to list to the side, slam into a building, causing the building to burst into flame as the Trauma Team flying vehicle is still, looking very sturdy. However, you believe that some sort of issue has arisen. Would anyone like to make some sort of perception check, conceal, reveal, or something as they watch this vehicle start to lower into the city with a very almost drunkenly but also abrupt and dangerous landing procedure? It does seem to be going in a certain direction, like it is heading somewhere, but it is definitely not towards a hospital. It is definitely being commandeered. But would anybody on the bridge, I will say that Bell and the units, actually I will allow you to make some sort of check if you would like.
I was just about to ask that too.
Yeah.
So perception, conceal, reveal, or any of the sorts?
I mean, whatever kind of skill check you would like.
I got a 14 perception.
Okay. With a 14 perception, you did already make some connections last session, but I will say that when they got Arturio onto the vehicle, you didn't notice anything strange. And so you believe that whatever happened must have either happened when they picked up Unit and Minerva and Jim, or something happened while they were in the air. But that's the sort of best thing that you can sort of deduce from the current situation. You didn't really see anything transpire near you, so you believe that something else must have happened after that. I will give you that much information.
I got a 20 on conceal, reveal.
I'm gonna give you disadvantage because you've got
Inside.
your eyes closed and you're pretending to be passed out, correct?
Yeah, so I roll one more, correct?
Yeah.
15.
Okay. With a 15, you don't hear any sort of like scuffles or arguments or people, firing their weapons or something. You just sort of feel the jolts, and you kind of hear the people around you being like, "What the heck is going on?" Like they seem to be just as confused as you are, leading you to believe that something must have happened to the pilot. But there has been no commotion in the back end where the patients are being held.
I got a 36.
36 what?
Or perception.
Okay. I will also give you disadvantage because you are currently in a body bag with Arturia's pieces.
We forget
Fair
the
enough.
disadvantage.
Then 23.
That is still good.
23. So close.
Mm,
Yes?
I can spend some luck.
You want to spend lunk or an egg pool? Because I will
I
say...
don't have egg points too.
Okay. If you want to spend some luck, it will get to a certain point. But egg points always give you like an extra little bit of like flavor.
Detail.
Yeah. I think I'll round up to 25.
With luck.
Yeah.
Okay. With a 25, Belle, you almost feel more than you hear, and you cannot see anything, but you feel almost like a presence that washes over the entire vehicle, rather than just sort of affecting the individuals or the people inside or the pilot. It's as if the vehicle itself has started to come under new control. And I will say that you have experienced something similar to this before down underneath, near the docks, underground, when Zodar was controlling the individuals and the technology and the things down there. It was a sort of almost technological possession.
The ambulance is still a little bit shaky from that, or it has recovered?
I mean, it seems as though the ambulance has been taken over and is
My question is flying stably again, or still...
No, again, it doesn't seem like whatever is controlling this necessarily knows how to control a flying vehicle like this.
So,
but it is like bringing it out of the sky, basically, bringing it down to the ground.
This thing is very turbulent right now, right?
It's sort of. It's not like you guys are crash landing, but you guys are definitely coming down out of the sky.
And I will wiggle my way through the body bag, and then...
Is he cutting out for
Those are not...
Is he cutting out or am I cutting out?
You're cutting out. I heard what he said. He asked if he could wiggle his way through the body bag to check Artoria's heartbeat.
I mean, you are in the bag with her, and again, she does not have a heartbeat.
Yeah, I just don't know how far I might be from her heart, from like her chest cavity. So that's what I was asking.
You
if
can
I had
like
to
reach
like
out
wriggle
with
my
your
way.
paw and feel it.
Yeah.
So these guys aren't doing jack. Well, yeah, they did put her in a body bag.
No, she is in a body bag. I'm just trying to get closer to like her heart.
Yeah, well, when I said these guys, I meant the trauma team guys.
Trauma team, yeah.
They ain't doing jack, so they just declared her dead already.
I mean, you don't really know what this sort of situation is, but I will say that you did sort of feel yourselves on the gurney sort of be stationed into these sections to the side and have like you are like sealed inside of like almost like escape pods basically.
Oh,
okay, so
like cryo state.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I thought we was being just like strapped to the...
Yeah, I thought so too.
Yeah. So even if you wanted 2 units, you are feeling extremely sluggish and unable to really move. You get the idea that this is standard procedure to make sure that people that stow away that are still, conscious and whatnot, are unable to do anything.
Well, it's not like 2 could move before. What's new?
Yeah.
I will say that, Belle, you are also feeling relatively sluggish. Nothing to necessarily hinder you from doing anything at the moment, but if you do want to try and do something, we'll deal with that when we get to it, I suppose.
Yeah, I wanted to do. It would be hard, but I wanna try to do it anyway. I wanna try to basically.
I feel you might
reanimate
say,
Arturia by
Yeah.
making her heart pump again.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I feel like you're gonna say you're gonna try to use your hands as
Yeah.
defibrillators to bring her out.
I mean, if you
Not
want
defibrillator,
to,
but more like a CPR thing.
Oh, I see CPR.
if you want to CPR her, she is going to start to bleed out. She is currently frozen, though. Like she is like paused in her like stasis. So she needs to be reassembled before she can, be
Oh, okay.
pumped back together.
Kind of like that one Simpsons episode.
Yeah. And I will
Oh,
say,
okay.
you are not
I thought she
necessarily as
was just like
yes.
dead. No, she's frozen. Okay.
Yeah.
I
she
mean,
she doesn't have a heartbeat, but she's frozen. But
Again,
she'll still live.
this is like the future. So like people that like go under can still be like brought back. But again, first things first, you would want to either tourniquet the limbs, or hook her up to some sort of extra blood.
I was thinking that she was dying, but since she's frozen, I won't worry about this now.
I will say that in modern days terms, she would be considered dead. But people can be like brought back with like future technology. So I would say that you're not necessarily worried, especially as long as she's in the cryopod, she can still be like taken care of. But the longer she's in the cryopod, the more debt she's collecting, basically.
She only has one foot in the door right now.
I think I'll just, take the opportunity that I'm just here and try to like close as much wounds as I can.
Do you want to try and perform surgery in a bag with no tools and no light?
First of all, I do have a flashlight on my stuff, and second of all, I can make my own tools.
Okay. Do you want to try and perform this while under the effects of cryostasis in a hostile situation where if you are found out, you will be not just impounded, but destroyed?
And they may take you apart and use you for other things.
I don't want to do surgery. I just want to try to pin down arteries and stuff like that, so she doesn't bleed out.
Okay. I would like
trying
you to
to
first roll a stealth check at disadvantage because you are actively doing something that might draw attention.
Okay.
Let's hope you get this, Bell. Your intentions are good, but the actions is scary.
Just for safety measure, I'll be using the auto 10 I got this session.
Nice.
But you do still have disadvantage, so what was the... This just turns it into a normal straight roll then.
Yeah,
Oh, I see now.
that was 17.
Okay. Go ahead and roll. I will say that this is paramedic. You were just trying to put some tourniquets, stop the, wrap up the stumps. You're not necessarily putting the limbs back on. So this isn't surgery.
Well, Bill, if you get found out, you could just pretend to be like the little toy purse something. Hopefully it works.
Ooh.
Oh gosh.
Oh no.
What'd you get?
Oh no.
I'm spending another auto 10. I have got a 1.
Okay.
That's 11 then. No egg points or luck.
No, I still have like 14 of bonuses.
I see.
So it's at 25.
Okay, did you get a 1 on your first roll or your second roll?
Wait, I'm rolling with the disadvantage again?
Yeah, because
Yeah, because you are
Okay.
like doing this in a confined space.
yeah.
I did it on my first roll.
Okay.
I rolled a
So
one on my
if you're
first roll.
gonna spend an auto 10, that means that just cancels out the disadvantage, so you still go with the 1.
Then I spend it 2 auto.
I will say that. Do you have an inspiration?
No.
Okay.
I wish I could give you some, but I
I
can't.
I will let you spend 2 auto 10s for this. Typically, you can use like an inspiration to ignore,
Yeah.
and that's like a better usage of an auto 10. That's why I offered it. But if you would like to spend 2 auto 10s,
I had like 5 out of 10s.
okay.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, he's an early boy. For a total of what now? 25?
25, yeah.
Okay.
What the hell?
I will say that you are able to stop the bleeding of her left leg. Or actually, I will let you decide which body part. The current injuries that she has is that her left leg is disconnected. Her right leg is crushed and crippled. Her right leg, her right arm is also crushed and crippled, and her left arm is disconnected.
So is it just the limbs only?
Like, left
Her
leg.
her neck is also. She has critical injuries on every part of her body. But I assume that you said that you were going for the disconnected
Left
legs
leg.
first.
Yeah.
Okay.
The crush can still be. The veins might be already pinned, so I don't worry too much about it. But the disconnected ones is going to be a lot of blood loss, so yes.
Okay. You're just trying to wrap up the stumps. Understood.
Yeah.
Yes. Do you want to get the leg or the arm first?
The leg.
Okay. Do you want to go for the arm now?
With disadvantage, would I have to roll for stealth again?
Yes. Unless
No,
you
it's
unless you
disadvantage.
do not want to do this stealthily.
Oh darn, they look like they got better somehow without knowing.
Yeah, I think
I mean, the good news is that there aren't any current readings on Arturia because she is technically deceased.
yeah, I think I'll just hold with my own hands. Instead of doing something professionally, I'm just going to be like first aid and hold it myself.
Okay, I will say that that will not do anything, so you do not need to make a roll for it. Back on the bridge, Mayday, Neon, and Freddy, are you doing anything?
I looked for the quickest looking vehicle, and
The quickest looking vehicle is the
Roll.
cop car, or Arturia's moped thing. Which I will
Aw,
say
what
that
about Unit's bike?
her moped is not as fast as her feet.
What about Unit's bike?
I believe Mayday took Unit's bike.
I thought
It's
Mayday.
a cube.
Yeah, Mayday's in the cube.
Yeah, I'm
The bubble.
kinda stuck right now.
Oh yeah, by the cheetah girl.
I don't remember. Somebody grabbed Mayday's bike.
What?
Mayday doesn't have a bike.
Ready? Or am I wrong?
I will
I
let you
think
guys
Neon
decide.
said he would.
It's
I know
player
someone-
choice, guys.
Yeah, no one grabbed Two's bike. We were saying that at the end of last session that probably his bike would be the fastest.
Oh, okay. I thought someone said, like, I'm grabbing that, or whatever.
I think that was Neon.
If that was anybody, it probably would have been me. But yeah,
Alright.
Neon will run to that and he'll try to speed off in whatever direction that thing is going. to keep
Wear a
an eye
helmet.
on it.
Like, cut me out at least first, or something.
If they cut you off, I feel like they would also be detained.
Also, you think Neon wouldn't even know how to open that cube thingy up?
Oh, I thought it was just like it's cut in. Like, well, I guess you can't poke a hole in it.
Wait, how are you breathing?
Future.
Oh, after years of experience of being choked, I now
All
know
right.
how to.
Yay.
The like cellophane that Mayday is wrapped up in is like breathable, but you do have to do shallow breathing.
Okay. Is it possible I could like bite it and try to tear through?
Yeah.
You'll
Give me
get
some
yourself
sort
in
of
more
check
trouble.
for breaking out of this thing. Neon, are you just taking off or are you waiting for anybody?
It's only a one-seater Neon.
I mean, unless anybody says something, Neon's just taking off.
I will say this. I did say that Unit's bike is considered a 1.5 seater so that he can carry cargo. Which, while Mayday is wrapped up, I will consider him as cargo.
As cargo? Yeesh.
There we go. Come on, take me. Go on. What's the problem?
If my bike gets impounded, I swear I'll have your ass by the end of the day.
I think you're in danger right now.
Yeah. That's what you think.
Take me with
I
you.
am
Make sure to
the
grab my
danger.
clothes, please.
See,
I
Mayday,
would say
this is
that
why
you're-
we don't flirt with.
Mayday was holding on to his clothes, I believe, when he got wrapped up. So I will say they're
Oh,
in,
okay.
they're in with him. Yeah. Go ahead, Freddie.
See, Mayday, this is why we don't flirt with police.
Almost it.
Two
That's
just
why we don't
doesn't.
fuck with the authorities.
Two just doesn't chuck with anyone with authority.
You always failed the first try. Who knows what will happen the second?
They see you gnawing at this thing, and they're like, "How the fuck is he getting out?"
What's it called? Neon's just gonna grab me and take me with him.
Hopefully.
Instead of like cutting me free, just so I'm considered like 0.5 of a human.
Mayday's
Point.
like, this wouldn't be the first time I've been caught in edible bondage. It wouldn't even be the first time this week.
This week, oh yeesh.
Wait, actually, if that's true, would it be possible for me to just like break out of handcuffs because of how often I've been using them?
I will
contortionist
say
check.
that whatever sort of skill check you make to get out of this bondage, I will give you advantage.
I won't get out of it
Advantage?
now, but I'll get out of it later when we arrive.
Okay.
Unless you have high contortionist, then you can just go one shot, no advantage.
I'm basically giving him expertise with this. So if someone else wants to break him out, technically Mayday can give them advantage. Because he is a professional.
Oh no, you're cutting it wrong. You gotta do it on the side like that.
Yeah, no, exactly.
You know, you just pop your elbow and then snap your thumb, and you're good.
But going back to the current issue at hand, Neon, are you getting on the bike and leaving, or are you taking anybody or anything with you?
No one said anything, so I'm just getting on the bike and going.
I'd like to go with you if you'd let me.
Mayday, make a persuasion check to see if you can be heard through the muffling of the material.
Oh,
Won't conceal reveal work? Or stealth?
Persuasion would work best for me.
Oh, I see.
I would say that persuasion is like the use of one's voice, so this is him seeing if he can project, basically.
Would Neon even see this?
Well, that's what we're trying to figure out.
I got a 21.
Okay, Neon, you can hear him. Whether or not you choose to listen is a different matter.
I mean, I look at the cop and does it look like she's
She's
still
more
in the mindset of
concerned
arresting?
that trauma team has just been taken out of the sky, and you can actually see that the panoptic agent that was stationed here is like moving away from the current situation, is like keeping track of the ambulance.
Neon will.
I mean, you would know that in Cyberpunk, people die all the time, you know, things happen. Basically, the whole point of the Anowin police is that they're trying to minimize the casualties. Unfortunately, this event has already taken place. They're not going to, like... They would like to ask you some questions or, like, bring you in for questioning or whatever, but they don't technically have that power. They would like to know what happened and what's going on, but more than anything, they are just running around putting out the smallest fires or biggest fires.
Neon will drive the bike up to where Mayday is, and then he'll start loading him up, and he'll say, "Meet us at Live Inc. and we'll tell you what you want."
What did you say, Neon?
Meet us at Live Inc. and we'll tell you what you want.
Oh, you're telling the policewoman that?
Yeah.
That's a roll.
Okay. Like, she seems very confused. But I think
Exuberated.
I think she gets in the car with her compatriot, and they also start hightailing it, trying to figure out the best vantage point or how to get to the ambulance and where it's going.
Wait, so that means you guys could just talk to them and ask them to take them out?
I'm not even gonna deign that comment with the
What's Freddy
response.
doing?
Just casually kidnapping my friend from the police.
Is Freddy doing anything? Or are you just like staring at this?
He's staring at his messed up car.
I'm on my knees.
He's crying.
I cry.
The first time he cried, it wasn't over Mayday, or I mean, maybe. It was over his car. Just feels a great deal of pain. He had more connection to his car than his own female.
Other than losing your passenger back window and your driver back door, your car is basically fine.
Yeah, it might have like scratches depending on the side.
Light scratch, a little pain. You know, maybe when 2 gets out and he's better, you could ask him to fix it.
Would he do that because I was the one that crippled him?
We'll never know until you know, right?
I mean, that's only if unit survives.
Which, is my door anywhere nearby?
I think it is like loosely still hanging on to your car.
Alright, so I think I could say, so it's still attached to the car somehow.
Yeah.
There are no vehicle laws anymore, so you're good.
Okay, I think, can I still close the door?
Give me some sort of check.
Basic tech, you know, whatever works.
Is there like a vehicle
Athletics.
tech?
Yeah, land vehicle tech.
Yeah. There's a tech for all the different types of vehicles.
Man,
Yeah,
just put some
Or
gum
you
on it,
can-
you'll be good.
or you can just like use athletics and slam it.
Slam it on harder. Yeesh.
No land vehicle. I got a 20.
Alright, yeah. I think what you do is you quickly like unhook the shrapnel that is your door and just like quickly tuck it in like the door frame. Cause it won't like swing closed or anything. You have to like basically unhook it and still have like the raw metal, and just like sort of tuck it in the back seat. But then yes, you are good to go.
I love the idea that in order to get into his backseat, he need to like take out the door, enter, and put the door back.
I'm gonna have to go to the repair shop later.
I think it's
friendly
more of
local-
like he has to like buckle in the back door so that it doesn't fly out.
Oh man, it's like the one person who knows about cars and can fix it cheaper is kind of like in trouble right now, huh?
And whose idea was that?
Yeah. No one will know, I guess.
But yes, I will say that Mayday on on the bike with Neon. Give me a land vehicle check, and Freddy also give me a drive land vehicle check.
Oh,
I'll also give one for the police officers.
wouldn't what you call it? Made it be rolling or be dragged?
I mean, it depends on how Neon affixes them.
19.
Okay.
15.
If I recall, you might get an advantage because the vehicle's a bit faster if you're trying to like speed up.
I will say, depending upon if you want to like stick to the roads or try to figure out a way off road, I will change the DC. How about that? Because your vehicle is more maneuverable.
I mean, whatever way seems like it'll. Like, if it seems like he can keep a better eye on it by going off road, then he will. Like, right now he's prioritizing being able to see it.
I guess my question for you is, are you used to driving bikes?
No.
Okay.
Flat no.
So you would not feel comfortable trying to do these maneuvers that you have seen other people do. You think about like all the jumps and kicks and like parkour that you could probably do on your skates, and you don't feel comfortable trying to do that on this bike. So the DC will be higher, but you could get there faster than anyone.
The one with the motor.
Yeah, I'm gonna spin it. I'm gonna spin. Yeah, I'll do an auto 10, so change it from 19 to 29.
All right. Freddy, what did you get?
I got a 15.
Okay. You watch as Neon gets Mayday on the bike as the police car just screams away. And Freddy, as you pull up, your car is faster than the bike, but Neon I think like as you're going back down, trying to get off one of these on-ramps, basically, Neon just leaps over the edge and does like a grind on a fire escape, and then just slides down a shorter building and then lands on a street below. And basically does some like cool parkour shortcut thing.
My bike!
The bike subsequently explodes. No, I'm just kidding.
No! Wait, the one guy, he's dead too?
No. I I will say, Mayday. I'm gonna make Mayday give me a check for staying on the bike, and I'll let you decide what that skill check is, Mayday. I'm currently looking for one as well.
Would it be like if he's counted as cargo?
I am precious cargo. I will break easily.
I will let you roll me a drive land vehicle check to see if you can determine how Neon is driving and react accordingly so you don't fly off. Unless you can
Would
think of a
you
more...
allow human perception, maybe?
I would allow that, yes.
Alright, give me a moment.
I am going to give you disadvantage, though, because you are wrapped up.
Alright.
That's a double roll.
Mm-hmm.
Take the lowest one.
I can see the scene of Neon speeding up towards the barrier, and we can hear just the muffled voice of Mayday being like, no, 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 right before the jump.
So Mayday's just handcuffed in a bubble from his head or under his neck.
No, his
I like
entire
the-
body.
Oh, okay, so bubbled.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you imagine him like completely shrink wrapped with like his arms and legs behind him.
Oh, so kind of like that dumb vacuum seal
Yes,
trend.
exactly.
Yeah.
He's like wrapped up in a sleeping bag, you know.
I'd like to use an auto 10 because I got a 13.
Okay, so that an auto 10 eliminates the disadvantage. What was the first roll that you got?
It was a 19.
Okay. I will say that is enough for you not to fall off. I think what it is that you get close to flying off, and you just kind of call out like, ah! And Neon like reaches back and grabs you on the, like you guys are falling through the air, and you just kind of start to lift up off the seat as the bike starts to fall faster, and Neon grabs you as you land and speed off. Let's see. Let's cut back to Belle and Eunice. What are you guys continuing to do inside the ambulance?
I guess I'll use.
Your senses are starting to get severely dulled at this point, and you think that if you do not act soon, you will enter a catatonic state.
No! Wait, catatonic, that means what?
Like you're gonna pass out.
Alright, well, can I
Like,
do
you're-
resist torture drugs at disadvantage?
I will not give you disadvantage. This is just a resist. But it will be incredibly high.
Can I do it at disadvantage though? So I get the bonus with the
Sure.
Duel Seeker?
Yeah.
I'm finally using the skill. Oh, I played instrumental because my fat fingered it.
Can I use my ukulele to resist the cryo state?
Yeah, let me just pull out my kazoo. Oh gosh, kazoo. Well,
Me and
I got
my boys gonna mess you up. I rolled a 1. I rolled a 1. Fuck.
I had 13 and 14, but with disadvantage, I gotta take 13, correct?
Correct.
Yep, 13.
And plus 2, so 15.
Oh yeah, plus 2 with my rank. I forgot. So 15.
Okay. I will say that I will give you an additional turn before you start to have the same situation. So you have basically pushed off this last chance situation for another turn, basically. We're not really in initiative. I'm just kind of jumping back in between people in the vehicle and outside the vehicle. But if you would like to not do anything and sort of wait and see what happens, you can do so for a
No,
little
the fact,
longer.
yeah.
I have arrived.
Welcome.
Good to see you. I guess I'll do conceal reveal to see what they're saying or what's happening.
Okay. And I will say that you have resisted enough to not have disadvantage. But
So
it will
straight
be
roll.
relatively high. Correct.
Gotcha.
Doc, the ambulance has started to fall out of the sky and not go towards the hospital. So I assume you have told your driver to head in that direction instead.
It's falling out of the sky again?
No,
No,
it's
no,
still
no.
doing that.
Oh! Okay. So, we ended last session, it started to fall out of the sky, hit
Correct.
some buildings. It is now not hitting buildings and still falling out of the sky.
Correct. It seems as though
Okay.
an unknown force has,
It's
Hold-
forcing
hold
it
it.
to land?
yes.
Okay.
Almost as if the pilot got like immediately drunk and then is like slowly pulling off the road.
As a trauma team licensed medic,
Mm-hmm.
can I like access their radio waves and be like, pilot, what's wrong?
I'm gonna say that you don't have the equipment for that, but if
Okay.
like if you had like a police car or something that you could like lean in and be like, hey, I've got this authority, put me on the channel, then they would they would be more likely to do it. But I don't think you have like the hardware to be like.
That's fair.
Yes. I will say this.
Okay.
If you convince the driver that this is a medical emergency, they might drive faster or more reckless.
Okay. I mean, I'm all down for faster and reckless as long as it, doesn't end up killing one of our friends.
Like roll me haggle, basically.
Okay, if I'm rolling haggle, can I add my,
I think this is
level.
like persuasion plus your levels in your
Medicine?
medtech.
Okay.
But also your levels in fixer. I will allow that.
So, medicine and fixer?
Yeah.
Okay.
By
Persuasion plus medicine plus fixer is okay.
Oh yeah, by the way, Sparrow, I got a 20 for the consumer reveal to see like what's happening.
Okay. I will answer that in just a second. I'm quickly letting Doc have a turn right before we go to what happens.
Yeah, just to make sure I get that down.
Yes, I understand.
Doc, be careful. We don't want another character in a body bag where I have like 2.
So I rolled a 1. Can I use an inspiration to make it not a 1?
You may.
Okay.
So roll again. You have advantage. Is what an inspiration is.
Okay, I got a 30.
Okay. You say, like, this is a medical emergency. I need to be there now. And the person in the front seat just doesn't say anything. They just sort of click their fingers and give you a thumbs up. And then with the other hand, they reach for the glove compartment. So they're not holding onto the steering wheel at all for a split second, which freaks you out.
Okay.
But
I mean, it's the future. We got fairly self-sufficient cars.
well, you can tell that they're actually shifting gears with their feet as they do that. But they reach over to the glove compartment, grab what appears to be a reflective light, and they pass it to the other hand, just like quick toss. It's in the other hand. And then they reach out and put it on top of their car, and there is now like this yellow light that is blinking and flashing on top of the car. And then they honk the horn, and it sounds like you guys are like an emergency vehicle. And yes, cars just start moving out of the way. So now this guy has advantage on any sort of driving skill checks going forward.
Okay. Sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. All right.
And you are just speeding away. Unit, I think with a 20, what you can hear is that the people in the back are confused and trying to figure out what's going on, and they're going through the, like, there isn't a protocol for this, but they are, like, trying to break into the compartment where the pilot is, yeah.
Cockpit.
I see.
Cockpit,
So-
yes, thank you.
So everybody in this situation doesn't even know what's happening. So we're all in the
Yes,
dark, no matter
but
what.
you get the idea that you think that they're not paying attention to you guys if you wanted to make a move.
Well, I'm kind of crippled, so
Okay.
that ends my turn.
All right. Bill, did you want to do anything?
Yeah, I don't think there is a lot I can do right now, so no.
Okay.
I'm now putting "I am crippled," so in the in the quotes channel.
I forgot we had that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mhm.
you could also put the why every time I have an orgy something bad happens in there from Mayday.
Hmm?
article on Mayday saying every time they want to host an orgy, something happens
Oh, gotcha.
in the Coach channel.
About my orgy curse? Yeah. Guy's not a fan of orgies, I don't know why.
So, as the ambulance slowly starts to make its way down out of the sky, it does crash into a few more buildings and things before it makes its way into a sort of open, dark, sort of quad area. There are still like a few street lamps and lights, but they slowly start to flicker out, and all the doors and the lights of the shop start to flicker out as well, until it's almost completely dark, with only the sounds and the lights from the ambulance, before even those start to fizzle and burn out. And with that, the ambulance starts to hiss and crack, and then the doors fly open off the back. And we watch as the figure of the pilot is like banging against the window of their cockpit, trying to find a way out. And they watch as a figure starts to step closer towards the ambulance out of the darkness, drawing closer. Bell and Unit, you hear as the security detail very cautiously, starts to make their way out of the back end of the ambulance. Shields drawn, weapons ready. And as someone calls out, "Whose goes there? Show yourself. Reveal your..." And then the body just sort of collapses and falls to the side with a wave of the figure's hand. And as these security detail watch in horror as the body not only just falls to the ground unconscious, but begins to slide off to the side as if thrown telekinetically, crashing through a window of a nearby building.
So I assume they're not paying attention to us in a cryo state. Is it
Correct.
possible I could get like a peep at them to see if I can see them?
I mean, you are in complete darkness, and I will say
Oh.
the cryo is also not affecting you anymore. But you are currently trapped within the sort of like sealed chamber, so you would have to physically get out of it. But there is no power.
Oh shit, there's no power, Bell. Do your thing.
Hold on.
Yeah, I'm going to attempt to stop any bleeding that begins.
If there's no power, does that mean Arturia is no longer stable?
Correct.
Correct. Good, I felt weird just now.
No, plug her into her you.
Plug her into you! Oh my god.
Do your thing, Bell.
I mean, one
Yeah.
of the things that Bell is designed is to operate as like an artificial
Storage.
lung or heart or whatever, yeah, to like keep someone pumping. That is like something that he can do. But he was trying to like bandage up the parts before the blood started spurting out more.
I see. So it's like a little pacemaker, or I forgot what that one thing is.
Iron
Oh, yeah.
lung.
I will say,
Oh,
Bell,
gosh.
if you want to try and do that now, you can give me a paramedic check to see if you can bring Arturia back.
Okay.
And as you are not trying to stealth anymore, I will not give you disadvantage.
I just hope one Bell's done with that. He can help two out. Snap his spine back in place, fix his leg up.
I mean, worst case scenario, I got you.
Worst case scenario, you don't got me.
So
You know that's actually fair, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, either that
That
or
we
you
use-
could try to return power to the cryo unit and act as a battery. But that would require more energy, you would think.
Oh, don't you have the core, the fusion?
I do have a power core.
There we go.
You would have to be on the outside of the unit, and you would still have to try and retrofit it. In which case, you don't think you would have the time or the materials to do so.
Okay. So I'll be rolling paramedic.
I mean, you could definitely, like, if you had the time to, like, break down the parts of the ambulance, you would get the raw materials and the parts for, like, crafting something like this. You just don't think you have the time to do so.
Yeah.
And not just because there's danger outside, but because Arteria just doesn't have that time.
Yeah, I was gonna say, would it be possible for Bell to just keep the Arteria's cryo chamber working as him using as jumper cable for the core in the pod?
Once
23.
Bell would have to get outside of the cryo unit and then have to investigate and try and understand the machinery of the ambulance.
I see.
In which case, it might just be faster to try and jumpstart the entire ambulance, but you wouldn't know what that would do. That could just, like, fry everyone inside the units.
We all blow up.
So then, is the ambulance unpowered completely? And that's why it's slowly descending?
Correct.
Which is something that they are specifically designed to avoid. They cannot be EMP'd. They have the reflective coating. This had to have been something internal. That, like, a program that got in and shut it down.
I got at 23. I spent 2 luck to bring it to 25.
Okay. You get a rather low but stable heartbeat from Arteria. She is not conscious. She is like, I would say that she's in a comatose state, but she is alive at this point.
Recovery coma.
She is in comatose / hibernation state.
Yeah. You are holding her, and if you let go of her, she will go back into being basically
Dead.
Yeah. She is simply unconscious at 0 HP.
Gosh. Man.
I would
Only
like
if 2 was hurt.
Freddy and Neon to give me drive vehicle checks again. The police car is definitely ahead of you guys. I would say that Neon, you guys are probably in tandem. You're on, like, different roads basically, so it's sort of hard to tell. But yeah.
15, and I'm going to spin an egg point.
Okay. Freddy, what'd you get?
Ready.
All right.
Let's trade.
I will say,
Freddy has died.
Neon, I will give you an option with the use of that egg point, that you think that you could either make a beeline there and get there before anybody, or you could get into, like, an elevated situation to, like, get a better approach to what you're doing. So you could either run in there blindly and be completely, like, you could break through the you could go through an alleyway and then break free of the buildings and be in this open area where you saw the ambulance land, basically. Or you could, like, circle around and get to a more advantageous position to approach, being able to see better. So my question is, do you want to be there the first and the fastest, or do you want to have, like, a view of what's going on as you approach?
Yeah, Neon just wants to get there. he just wants to get there as quick as he can.
Okay. I will say that you leave the police car behind. It, like, disappears behind some buildings as you just sort of race in between narrow sections of buildings. Mayday very narrowly avoiding a bunch of, like, trash cans and things. And I think, yeah, you like break out just as like another person goes flying, and I need you to make a reflex save, Neon. Mayday, you have disadvantage because you are still restrained.
Okay, what did you roll?
Got a 14, spending 2 luck points to get that 16, and then an egg point.
Okay.
What am I rolling?
Reflex save with disadvantage.
Alright.
So with disadvantage on reflex, can't you auto 10 to make it a straight roll, then roll, or
Correct.
you cannot?
You can use
Oh.
either an auto 10 or a
Egg point?
no.
Inspiration.
An
Inspiration.
Because an inspiration
I see.
is an advantage, which will just ignore
Yeah.
the disadvantage.
Okay, now I can start using
Or
my
my reflex
inspiration.
Say that
Reflex
again,
check.
Mayday?
Just roll a 10 with my reflex. Well, I do it twice because of the disadvantage.
Correct.
Gotcha.
Unless you want to spend inspiration or another 10 or something.
I got a 17.
And what did Neon get again?
16 plus an egg point.
Okay.
Hey, what did I miss?
They're just arriving to the
Everything.
scene as the ambulance has crash landed.
Oh,
Neon,
We've all died.
as you are on this bike, quickly you are like at top speed as you enter into this like dark section of the city, and you break through, and it's actually like completely dark because there's no light from the sky and there's no light from any nearby vehicles. All you have is the light from from Unit's bike. And as you barrel through, and also you're the only sound with the hum of the engine just as you're making your way through, and you see it at the last second as just a whirling clump of something spins in your direction, and you like duck down and just barely avoid whatever this thing. Actually, because you're spending an egg point, I will give you the option, Neon. Would you like to duck down and avoid this and continue speeding at high speeds towards something unknown in the darkness? Or would you like to try and like tilt the bike sideways to bring you to a stop faster, in which case Mayday will absolutely fall off. And you will leave him behind.
I'll just duck down and keep speeding forward.
Okay. As you duck your head, Mayday raises her head like, what's going on? And gets clotheslined by this body. And Neon, you barely have a second to react as both of these bodies just fly off into the darkness behind you, bouncing across the ground. Mayday, go ahead and take 12 damage.
Yeesh.
I was cutting through the thing with my teeth. I just barely get my head out. And as I poke out, I see
You feel the heat of the road as you spin. Actually, it's not like road. It's like sidewalk and turf, and you like bounce across several things, and you get scraped against some glass and like loose debris and trash that's coated across this section of the city. But you basically spin in the air for a second before just coming to rest down on the ground. With the amount of forward velocity you had and the reverse velocity of the body slamming into you, you just sort of pinwheel in the air for a couple seconds before slamming to the ground. But I will say that you will have lower DC for breaking out of your restraints now. Now that you have been slashed with some probably drug and disease infused terrain. But we'll deal with that later.
So am I free now, or do I still have to roll to break?
You will still have to roll, but you have advantage, and the DC will be lower.
Okay.
Yes. And Neon, you continue driving forward. Freddy, you hear the sound of like voices calling out and things smashing and crashing, but you are still behind the police car that it's making its way. But you do see another vehicle that is coming up alongside you that has this yellow flashing light attached to the hood, or the top of the car. And you can see Tuck and Pexy, yes. Let's see, Unit and Bell, you slowly but surely start to hear these bodies flying off in different directions, some of them making shouts and orders before just getting cut silently, until eventually all you hear is silence. And then you start to hear footsteps. Much softer footsteps than the boots of the security detail that was assisting this ambulance. It's almost as if these footsteps are arrhythmic, rather than just an individual stepping. It's almost like they are shambling onto the ambulance.
This is the father of Minerva.
You don't know.
Darn, what can we do is a bigger question. Are they emitting any light?
They are not. You are still in complete darkness. In fact, the only light that you could possibly make out is a very dull glow of Bell in the body bag with Arturia.
Oh shoot.
That's the only light that you can see. Otherwise, it is almost complete darkness.
Yeah. My face just says, if I stop, she may die.
Oh, well, you can't see Bell at all, because Bell's in a bag.
No, you say it's softly glow. I'm just saying that's what my face says.
Oh, gotcha.
Man, I was thinking
when they open the body bag, that they will see the little gremlin. If I stop, she dies.
Well, I mean, Unit still has to break out of his pod before he can even come to yours, so...
Well, I'm still paralyzed. I was thinking, if I just walk it off, I don't think it would work, since it's like critical injury.
This warning is for injury. Whoever is entering.
Wait. Huh?
It is a critical injury.
Yeah, well, I was saying, if I use walk it off, it might not even work, since it's critical.
No, you would have to use numb to failure.
Oh, numb to failure.
I think that if you move, you take damage?
First and foremost, because this is danger, you would have gained a number equal to half of your max luck points, which I believe is 11. So you would have taken 6 to start off with. So I believe you're up to 7 now, which still isn't enough. You need 10.
Oh, I see. So I won't be able to use numb to failure since I don't have the amount.
You'll have to put yourself in danger 3 more times before you can get rid of your critical injury.
I can't really move my... Well, I can move my body, it's just...
I mean,
everything's
you
extremely
can call
painful.
out. You can talk. You just... you're just...
You know what? I might as well just talk to this guy, but like... What they do to you?
Do you actually
So what
call
are you
out?
in for?
Do you actually want to call out, Unit?
Might as well.
What do you say?
I'm still figuring that out. I guess I have to say... they could get even worse.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Persuasion, straight roll. 14, I'm using inspo.
Okay.
Inspiration.
So you have advantage.
16.
You call out, and at first you think that your voice is caught and trapped by the capsule that you're in and just reverberates back to you. But then you do hear soft footsteps trudge up to you. And again, you still can't see anything. It's completely dark. But you think you have drawn the attention of whatever this individual is.
Nice. Going to my plan.
Neon, you are currently charging at top speed into complete darkness. What would you like to do?
Would Aelita be able to use the senses, the brain dance sense that my drone has without me having to look through it?
I mean, I think she could, like, I think if you want to quickly activate your drone as you are, like, coming into this area, she could give you a very rough landscape of this.
Yeah, I basically want to use it like a very, very weak form of echolocation.
Okay. I will say that your drone can already do that automatically. I think what Aelita's doing is she's like translating the information to you so you can still have your like eyes in your body and not like through the drone. And she's like translating the information. Also, she is scared. She's like scared shitless. She looks like she like wants to cry but doesn't know how to because she's just like an artificial intelligence.
We need the military version of Aelita.
I think Neon says everything will be okay. Just guide me to the ambulance, and if there's anything in the way, let me know.
You are about to crash into the ambulance.
I will try to pull into a stop as quick as I can.
All right, give me either a reflex or drive land vehicle check.
Which one's higher, man?
Well, reflex is just the single stat. Driveline vehicle uses reflex, so I might as well.
Oh, what am I thinking of?
Evasion?
Evasion? Is that a? Yeah, sorry, that's what I mean. But like, wait, is evasion?
Dexterity? I think about dex.
Yeah, evasion. Yeah. Sorry, I should have had you guys roll for evasion for dodging that that body. Please help remind me that it's evasion for like avoiding stuff and not just reflex. I apologize.
I'll be honest, I didn't even think about it.
Yeah.
I wish I thought of that. I would have definitely made it.
I got a 22 evasion.
Okay. You like manage to maneuver this vehicle to a stop and just sort of slide up next to the ambulance without crashing into it. At which case you can kind of
curious line.
You can very vaguely see like outlines of things and whatnot. It's almost like you sort of have dark vision, but like echolocation type dark vision.
The wireframe kind of stuff.
You can see like red outlines of things.
Daredevil.
Yeah.
That's literally what I was trying to pull up in a GIF. Oh, none of these are any good. What in the world? Okay, abandoning that attempt.
On my eyeball.
I will say at this point, the police car and Freddy's car also is starting to pull up to the scene.
Am I?
Yes, but you're like, it is first the police, then it is Freddy's car, and then it is your car.
Okay.
Because you rolled the best, but because you were the farthest away, it is still in.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, Sparrow.
Yes.
With the little radar thing I have, am I able to see how many vehicles there are? Will 2's knowledge showing there, or will I have to roll for that?
I mean, Mayday. That's the information that I'm giving Mayday. Not Mayday. Neon, because Neon is using your bike, which has the radar. So.
Oh yeah, I forgot to put it on the bike.
Correct. So Neon can see that there are several vehicles vastly quickly approaching. And I would say that, like, with a quick look, you can tell that it would be something like that police car that you saw, then it's Freddy's car, and then some unknown car that you don't know.
Alright, cool.
I will give you that information for free, Neon.
You said it's darkness?
The lights are off. It is like, this section of the city almost looks like it's been EMP'd, like all the lights are off. And because there's no daylight, it is just dark. So any lights you guys shine, you can sort of see.
I will say, unless something starts attacking me before I can do it, Neon plans on pulling out his road flare.
I was gonna say, do any of you guys got like a thing to emit light?
Do you stay on the bike, or do you like get off?
If at the ambulance, he's gonna get off the bike.
Oh, don't.
Also, I mean, we have, what, 4 vehicles with headlights, and then the police car, red and blue lights, and then the yellow light on top of the car I'm in.
We don't know if those lights will get into the inside of the ambulances.
Right.
Hart, don't you have, like, some sort of vision?
Night vision, yeah.
Yeah. Doesn't Frederick have night vision as well? Or night shit, I mean?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't think he's present at the moment, though.
He's fighting the thunder. He's fighting Zeus himself.
Thunder. Here's the thunder.
Imagine
Lightning
Dragon.
and the thunder.
He's nuts.
Neon taking an egg point.
Wait, what did he say?
He's just
doing the thunder song.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'd like to try something. Well,
Yes.
first, can I break out of the... Try to
yes,
break out of the...
you have advantage, and the DC is low. Because the
What would
bonds
I
have
be
been
rolling for?
weakened, and you tell me, bud. Contortion?
Mayday. Can't you just ask them to free you?
No, because I'm on the side of the road.
Oh, yeah.
Wiggle out like a caterpillar. Break
I
out.
mean-
Walk like a fish.
From what I remember, your contortion skill was really pretty good.
It's alright. I guess I could do contortions. I got a 18.
With advantage?
Oh, with advantage, hold on.
Yeah, I said that you are a trained professional in escaping bondage.
Alright, Houdini.
I had the advantage. Alright, I got a 25.
Didn't know we had Houdini on the team.
Yeah.
It's not a magic thing, it's just a horny thing. It's fine.
Yeah, Mayday wiggles his way out of the human body condom and stands up. Still completely naked.
Well, alright. Actually, maybe I shouldn't put my clothes on for this. Then I'd like to go to the nearest vehicle I could find, go in, and just say drive. Could I roll? Are there any vehicles nearby?
The closest vehicle would be Neon's bike. Because currently, you are like in this dead section of the city. So you can see that there are like cars vastly approaching, but there is nobody around. Like you are in the hot zone. You are in this quad area type thing. You get the idea that it was probably kind of like a little like park type thing. It's sort of like a roundabout area where there's like a collection of shops and things and whatnot. But there's currently nobody around at the moment.
Then I'd like to run in front of any cars driving up and spread my arms out, waving for them to stop.
You don't see any cars approaching.
Oh, see if you can use charismatic impact.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
You can see the front light of Unit's bike pointing off like perpendicular to you, so it's not pointing.
Wait.
At you.
Okay.
How far is it?
Like pretty far, I would say. Like you couldn't run up to it in this turn. What?
Would it be possible for me to use my grapple hand to grab onto the bike?
You would be making a range shot in the dark, so I would say disadvantage. Or you could take this time to put on some clothes.
Then,
Well, that's clearly not gonna happen.
I feel like if I put on clothes, I'd have less of the charismatic impact.
You know,
Whatever's up to you, buddy.
Having seen
I would
what
say
you're
it
packing,
depends
I
on
don't
who
disagree.
you're working.
That's true.
I'll put on my clothes.
Okay.
I mean, if you're working with Candle, you'd have more of an impact with clothes on. But if you're working with me, you'd have more of an impact with clothes off. So yeah, it really does depend.
To be fair, in all situations, isn't it just a negative impact on your teammates if you don't have any clothes on? Because Candle will have less respect for you and thusly won't guard you or back you up in situations. Meanwhile, if Doc sees you naked, that's all he's gonna be thinking about.
There was a point where Candle did respect me.
I mean, yeah.
There was. Past tense.
There was one point.
Yep.
Honestly, I feel like the first session that you guys met, that you didn't get along, so I don't feel like you've gone that far downhill.
Well, he liked me at first, and then he disliked me. So I was for a minute.
There was one point where Candle actually really liked Doc. Well, maybe not liked, but did respect. Because I took a punch from Candle.
Yeah.
The only
I don't
man
think Candle's impression of you has gone down. Anyways, we're getting lost.
Yeah.
Mayday, what are you doing?
We're getting lost.
You've gotten out.
We're getting lost.
Getting dressed.
Okay, you're gonna get dressed. All right, that's fine. Unit, you hear a voice that's just almost muttering to itself. But they like kind of tap, like almost like they're placing a hand against your pod. Not they're just going like donk donk donk. They're just like running a hand across your pod before continuing on. And the voice says, "Too loud. No, too much nonsense. Can't handle this too much right now. It's not enough. I can't deal with it." And just like moves on.
Oh, I think they're looking for a new host. I want to give Bill as much time to like resuscitate Arturio, so I'm gonna basically tap on my glass if I can.
I mean, in the nicest way possible, Arturia, I think, is pretty much in like 2 or 3 pieces at this point.
Yeah, I cannot resuscitate her. She's probably won't get out of this by herself.
I mean, at the moment, she's almost quite literally roadkill. So.
Well, whatever time I could give Bell to
Bell. You
yeah,
also
give
hear a
Bell
tap
time.
against your pod as the figure says, "Too much to heal. Can't use it. Not enough. Can't do it right now. It's not enough. Can't deal with it. Not enough." And they also move past. Before they place their hand on a next one, and almost as if it's like this one's too alive, this one's too dead, and this one's just right. You hear a bang and a crack as the pod next to you gets broken into.
Shoot. Out of Minerva or Jim?
You don't know.
Well.
Can I use Percent? Nah, actually it's dark, so I won't be able to see anything, huh?
Is indeed.
I mean, did you see who got placed next to you when it was still light?
Oh, my eyes were closed.
Okay.
The cars are still too far away, but does anybody want to do anything as you are approaching?
Can I use my good leg to start kicking on my pod?
You can, but it doesn't do anything other than make sound.
Oh, no more help.
Can I roll charismatic impact to try and get someone to pick me up, maybe?
The only person that you get the even inkling of closeness is that that body that hit you that is collapsed somewhere in the darkness behind you, or Neon that is on the bike.
I meant talking to my stream like, "Hey, I'm over here at blah blah blah." or something and try to get one of my fans to come pick me up.
Yeah, because that worked out real well last time.
Well, I'm not gonna have sex with this one.
People are saying like it's really hard to hear you. Nobody knows where you are. People are like, I have a VPN tracking you currently, and I've got like a personal drone in the sky, and I can't figure out where you are right now. People are like asking where are you.
Oh wait, could this be like
sorry.
the other part of Zodar?
All right, Neon, I'm taking your 8 point away. I'm just kidding.
Or no, it could possibly be another part of Zodar because last time that happened, we were underground and Zodar was a control node place.
All right, unit, take
I
it.
guess-
Oh really?
I guess I'll do the walk of shame following Neon then.
Well, looks like we're on the
At
Pokemon
least
hunt.
jog.
In fact,
Maybe-
unit, I will say, in lieu of the egg point, if you want, I will give you 3 luck points.
Yes.
Ooh.
Okay.
Maybe it's not like a part of Zodar, but it's like a similar experiment that Chimera did that is along the same lines as Zodar. Because they did different.
Doc, I'm gonna give you an egg point if you stop talking.
Okay.
All right, but I am gonna ask: does anybody in the cars, which is
Yeah.
Scope, Doc, and Freddy, want to do anything as you guys are approaching?
I'm going to prep my medical bag.
Would
Thank you.
Scope be able to cross the several like city blocks necessary to make it to where his car was parked to even start getting back?
Oh, that's right. I thought Scope was in Freddy's car, but that's right. You did sneak away.
I left. I went, nah, fuck this. And
That's
then
right. I
away.
forgot. You did say nah.
I was like, that shit's insane. So I got out mid-crash, and because of that, the cars exploded because I pulled off too cool of a thing.
I would say that you would have gotten to your car by the time that you would have saw the ambulance start to fall out of the sky. So I will say that if you want to be driving to that location as well, you can also be a part of this pack of cars making their way.
So, question, are there any parking structures nearby?
Depends. What are you trying to do? You want to get to a vantage point, basically?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Big question.
I will say that there isn't like a car park structure, but there definitely is like there is like a structure that you could use your car to get up high. So yes.
All building.
Then I'll just drive towards that and prep my sniper while the AI.
All right, give me a
that
land
controls my
vehicle
car, so.
not tech, driving. Excuse me.
Nando.
I am not going to be driving the vehicle. It has an agent for that.
But go ahead, give me a check.
Give me $20. Panda, does Scope have like modifications on Scope, like night vision?
No, he
and
doesn't.
such?
Have
He
any
doesn't have a
scopes on it
scope.
at all.
Oh, he is Scope, I guess.
He's pure on iron sights.
He is the scope.
Exactly.
I guess hence the name.
Indeed.
Yeah. It's multifaceted.
It's actually
It has
certainly-
purposes.
He doesn't even have any elven eyes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, those are expensive, so.
If you find one
issue.
though, I can put it on you.
I'm not gonna put one on that I found. What am I trying to be, Freddy now?
Go
Yeah.
gadget extendo eye.
Yeah, it's
Well,
like
you know.
you don't use the used condom.
Okay, let me.
Maybe
very
you might.
That's a wild statement. Anyway, let me check my. Okay.
Always keep that
so-
thing on me.
Always keep that thing on me. By thing, do you mean your cock?
I'm just
No, no,
imagining
no.
Scope like looking at a magazine of like hot women, and he goes "Awooga," and then his eyes stretch out, and then he quickly looks down his gun.
Okay, you alluding to a
like-
character.
Well,
I feel like,
said that simultaneously. I just had simultaneously some of the best and worst luck.
Oh.
Yeah, I got a 10 and then immediately rolled a.
I mean,
All
that's still an 11.
I will say that you were at the.
Well, no, that's not the full number. It's that's 11, and then that's plus 5 plus 6, so that's
22.
Is it? Oh, it's 11
Yep.
plus 11. So yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Okay, you are like directly behind Doc's car, which is behind Freddy's car, which is behind the police car, which
Which is
are
behind
speed-
Neon.
Which is behind
So
Neon.
I'm not on top of the rubble pile thing.
No, you guys are like vastly approaching, but you like pull off to the side as they're making a direct approach, and you quickly make your way up to this. It's a car sales building, basically. So you can.
Gotcha.
It's sort of built like a car park, but it's for like selling cars, basically.
Gotcha.
It's got like multi-tiers, so you could easily drive around it.
Fair.
So they are like on the ground, the street level, and you are going up high.
Yep.
But Neon, you wanted to grab a flare and go where?
Towards wherever the entrance of the ambulance is.
Okay. I will say that you can maneuver the bike to give you just enough light to see sort of the ending of the. Oh, you also have the echolocation. What am I talking about? Yes. What I'm trying to say is that if you do not want to pop the flare now, you can make your way into the ambulance before you ignite it, if you would like.
Yeah.
Or if
I
you
guess
just want
I'll-
to activate it to give yourself some light, you can make your way in.
If something hasn't attacked me and I'm already this close, I'm gonna try stealth, I guess.
All right, go ahead and roll me a stealth check then.
Fair.
20.
Ooh,
All right.
he's a stealthy boy.
You quickly and quietly sneak around the ambulance, making your way into the interior. You can see that it is, a rather bare bones setup in here with just these pods along the side, and like a little like bench in the center for the security personnel to sit down during takeoff. You do not see any figures in here except for one, a rather small and frail, almost skeletal figure that is just sort of almost collapsed, leaning up against one of these pods. And as you try to look in, the drone has to come down and basically get into the ambulance with you for you to be able to echolocate in there. Would you like them to do that?
I'll grab it in my hand so I can turn off the rotor
Propeller?
Yeah, so it's just being the brain dance vision thingy.
Okay. Again, you can just sort of barely make out shapes and images using this way of viewing. You can see that there are two sort of large, almost glitching figures standing over a pod where there is some small light, which you believe to be some of these invisible friends of Arturia's watching, just sort of standing over her. On the other side of the ambulance, you can see this small, withered figure leaning up against a pod that has been cracked and broken open into. You cannot make out any features other than that. What would you like to do? You can hear the roar of engines coming up behind you as your backside starts to get lit up ever so slightly, and you hear the sounds of sirens.
Yeah, since I have no idea who pod that is, he's gonna light the flare and toss it in.
Okay.
Uh,
As all of the vehicles pull up and Scope gets into their sniper spot looking down, the entire ambulance is flooded with this light of the vehicles of every car's like front lights. I can't think of the term.
Headlights.
Headlights. Thank you.
Floodlights.
The headlights illuminate the ambulance as a flare lights up the interior, and as the police officers quickly escape, and the man pulls his gun and says, "Wait here. You there, identify yourself." And Neon, you glance over your shoulder to see basically silhouette of the police officer leveling a handgun at you.
Wait, what?
He has no, like, because of my positioning, he would not be able to be certain it's me too. That's why he's also a cop.
Well, I thought the cops came with you.
No, I sped off.
Ah, I see.
I trust in my ability to dodge bullets. I have no way of informing him someone else is inside, so I'm just gonna like look at him and like try to with one hand do the shush motion, and then with the other hand
drop
like,
the
try to motion to him
device.
that something's in there.
He drops the dildo in one hand.
Did you say stop the device?
Drop the device. They're talking about the drone that you have in your hand.
I set it down gently.
Okay. Hands in the air and walk slowly. Do you exit the ambulance?
No.
Oh.
You can see that his partner is like on the hood of the car behind him, like ready to pounce. What is Doc and Freddy doing? Scope, you cannot see Neon, but you can see all these other cars and everybody else outside.
Okay.
Wait, does he see me?
Yes!
Let's go! Why don't you help me a
Scope,
bit?
take the shot!
Oh, yeesh, dude.
I have like 50 people that would get down, Mr. President, for me.
Not here.
You're the one that's naked, right?
Mm-hmm. Well,
I would like
partly
to
naked.
believe Scope is probably. I'd like to believe Scope is far enough away to not see that.
That's up for you to decide.
Yeah. It's like a blurred image, basically.
Right, pick me up. I have clothes on.
Pick you up if you put on pants, at least.
He only has underwear on and a shirt.
Oh, I mean, that's fine actually. At least he's not completely naked.
Alright, guys, what are you doing now?
So wait, like, is it by action, or?
Again, we're not necessarily in combat, but if you would like to do something, you may. Also, Doc and Freddy, if you would like to do something, you may.
All right. I get out. I do like get out of my car, and I. How do I words, David? How do I words, David? How do I words? I'm sorry, I'm struggling for some reason.
No worries.
Oh wait, we all stopped, correct?
Yeah. I mean, unless you wanted to keep going and drive up into the ambulance, I assume you stopped.
Yeah. So right now, Leon's held at gunpoint. And
So I
Scott's
would,
not doing
I would
something.
like to get out of my car and approach the officer.
So, did you slam the door on yourself?
What do you mean?
No, I'm not that lucky.
Your door all jacked up, recall.
That's my back. That's my back driver door.
I thought it was your actual driver door.
No.
Doc, as the taxi pulls up, you see like their hands reach back, and at first you think it's like for them reaching, like palm out, asking for money, but then you see them like wave their fingers, like hold on a second.
Okay.
They're like not trying to. They're trying to get a gauge of the situation to figure out if they need to make a quick escape for you. But I mean, you are the customer. You can decide if this is your stop and your business is done with them. So, but they're not going to deposit you in a unsafe location. Unless you so choose.
By the way, Scope is just gonna like get on top of his car and lay down in preparation to snipe.
Okay. Yeah.
Prone position.
Yeah, he's just getting scoped in, so
Yep.
he's gonna basically get an advantage on his next attack.
He's assuming the position.
Pun.
Fun.
Pun.
He casts True Strike, and he's getting advantage on his next ranged attack.
Oh, no.
He's about to get a 360 no scope.
I mean, literally. Oh,
Just under muffled breath, it's high noon, and then like all of your heads start to like glow red.
All of our heads.
Where'd Where'd that tumbleweed come from?
Why is everything tinted yellow?
Why do I hear music?
Freddy, your
Yes.
neck starts to hurt and your back starts to tingle as the Sendevistan starts to vibrate in resonance.
I was half expecting you to say it was gonna. It got, as you're saying, devastated is ripped from your back.
Oh, they're gonna say it's gonna explode for the amount of UCC done.
Just every
Second
chance I
time.
get, just like, haha, I stole your spine. It just runs off into the night.
Yeesh, dude.
Honestly, I wouldn't even be surprised at this point.
Yeah, that's like 100% exactly what I was expecting. I was just like, damn. Bro's really about to
Freddy,
lose his spine
it says
again.
Scorpo on the ceiling. Oh, so it does. Oh, you stole my spine.
Yeesh, dude.
And let
I thought it was
just
gonna
after that,
explode.
he says that Freddy has no backbone.
Oh gosh. You know, just grow a spine at this point.
I mean, yeah, if he could get like a pretty decent regenerative factor, that would be pretty good. He could grow a spine.
It just wouldn't be a thing, that was saying.
Alrighty. What we doing now, guys?
Oh, jeez. Okay, wait. This happened before.
Well, you were in a
Wait,
car,
am I-
remember?
Wait, am I in the car
okay,
with,
no, wait, Neon, this happened. It was with Ruby and Zodar.
Oh,
Yeah,
so-
it was when she was connected to you.
Meta, you are currently off to the side with as much clothing as you would like to have on, casually moving towards the city. And actually, as you approach, I think the police officer turns their gun away from Neon towards the naked man shambling towards them.
Looking like
As
a
they do, like,
crackhead.
pose.
When we get to San Francisco?
As they do, I
I would
just
like
start
to-
JoJo
I would like
posing.
Do you
Okay, so-
JoJo pose?
I JoJo pose.
Make charismatic impact.
I think the only thing better than that is if we had like a clip from like the dash cam, and the police car just like speeding by, and you see like Mayday running through the street like Sasquatch.
Alright, I'd like to use the auto 10.
Okay.
I got an 18.
18 total?
Yeah, 18. No, with it would be 28.
Oh, okay. The
Man.
man says like, Mayday, happened to you? And the his partner on the hood behind him, she her ears perk up and her tail straightens out as she recognizes you. She's like, ooh.
Wait, what? I'm so lost. Didn't she see him naked?
Yeah.
But she's like, how did he get here? She's like mildly curious, intrigued, frightened, all of the good things for manipulating someone.
I see.
Just standing over there,
menacingly.
For just that brief moment, after you said, "Oh yeah, he JoJo poses,"
Oh, you're approaching me.
Such a very brief temptation to just go, I take the shot.
A menagerie of emotions crosses her face, but she doesn't say anything.
It's fine. I can read faces. I understand it all.
Your own hesitation, I just shoot him. He was too
Unit and
dangerous.
Bell, are you doing anything?
The guy's still in the
keeping
thing.
Arturo alive.
What'd you say, Bell?
I'm keeping Arturo alive.
Okay. Unit, would you like to use your thing to get rid of your critical injury?
Will you get rid of one or all of them? Because I have two.
No, just one of them. So you could either get rid of the paralysis that stops you from doing actions, or the one that reduces your movement.
So I'll use all 10 of my luck points to remove the paralysis.
Yes.
All right, I'll do that then.
Okay. So you can perform actions, and you have reduced movement. But yes.
Alrighty now. And that was my one action.
No, that just happens. You get a rush of energy as just this fight or flight kicks in, and you realize that it's now or never. This is do or die, and so you realize that you can't just sit here and do nothing, and you have to you basically this course of energy just sort of floods through your system, giving you the ability to go forward.
Did I just punch my way out of this damn pod?
Yeah, make some sort of check for getting out of the this pod that you're currently trapped.
Would this be athletics or brawling, since I am punching?
I mean, if you're just punching, you could even do martial arts.
Martial arts is
Brawling, martial arts.
Or you can make a
athletics.
tech check or something, but I'm not your boss. You tell me
I'm
what
not
to
your
do.
boss.
You can choose. You can choose each one.
You know, I think I'll go with basic tech since I did update my my other stuff. So I think it might. Or no, actually, I'll go
wanna
brawling.
Punch this pod. Go ahead and punch it.
Yeah, I'm gonna punch the damn pod.
All right, go ahead, and punch it.
28
All right, you hit. Roll damage.
on myself.
No, roll damage on the pod.
All right, and that would just be.
You hit the pod. Now you gotta damage it.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, attack or no, just damage.
Yeah.
5.
You. I think you cause some spider webs, but this stuff is resistant to they're expecting flailing bodies to be slamming against it. So you.
Is it a big web or small web?
It's a small web, but you do think that you sort of jimmied the suction so that this isn't sealed down tight. Again, this is an electronic locking system, so there's probably not much holding it down anymore. If you wanted to break out using another check or something, it would be easier to do now.
Alright. But it's not my turn now since I did that.
Yeah. I will have that sort of be your action. Again, we're not really in initiative, but I'm jumping back and forth. Freddy, do you want to be doing anything? And Doc, do you want to be doing anything?
I would just like to walk up to the officers saying, "Is there a problem, officers?"
It'd be yes, there is a trauma team ambulance that has crash landed, and one of your friends is inside of it. So yes, we do have a problem. And as he trains the gun back onto Neon, the female cop, Dodger, gets off the hood and steps in front of you, frowning. Not like as a show of force, but like, do not rush the guy with the gun, please. She will bite your face.
No.
He will bite your face off.
Is violence really the answer here?
Kind of hypocritical. You?
It's been.
She raises up a hand with an open palm, just like, do not try it.
She could really
you can actually see that she like raises up a fist, but then like opens her palm to just like stop you.
Wait, did they ever take my gun?
I just raise my hands and smile like I'm not here to cause any trouble. Not yet.
Despite the fact that all the noise.
She pulls up her file and she's like, Nightshade, huh? Looks like your first, middle, and last name is Trouble.
No, that's very true, actually.
Do you step out of the taxi and say that?
I was gonna see what the cabbie told me to hold on, right?
I mean, he is not going to conclude your business because he feels like you might need to make a speedy exit because there's police here and stuff and whatnot. But if you just want to be like, hey, this is where I want to be, these are my friends, like, you can get out. The doors are unlocked.
Friends is a strong word. Friends is a very strong word.
Close accomplices.
Acquaintances.
I mean, I think I'm just gonna be like, thank you, and here's my card, and look
Did you
me
pay
up
him
if
last
you
session?
Yeah.
Okay.
And look me up if you need any work done. I got you. Yeah, I'm good. Thanks. Just get out.
As you hand them the card, they just like take it between two fingers and then immediately snap their hand into like a clicking thumbs up, and the card's just gone.
Cool.
Did I punch again?
And then they just like very slowly wheel backwards and drive away. And they, as the police officer stares at them, they take off the like the flashing light and just slowly put it back in their glove box. They dim their lights and just continuously back up. They don't turn around, they just back out, just like until you can't see them anymore.
So despite all the loud commotion outside, Neon is still trying to be quiet at the very least, so he sends a quick message to the group chat. Tell the cops that there's someone else inside. I think they may have taken out the trauma team.
Get me out of this pod, damn it. It says 2 cents back.
The message goes to the group chat, but then you get a notification that says message not sent. Or not delivered. It is sent, but not delivered.
See, I don't like that.
I'm kind of so I'm
And
gonna
then you
peek
hear
inside.
a thump behind you. And you turn around, or do you turn around?
I mean, yeah, I'm gonna peek inside since the message didn't send.
You see that small body collapse to the floor, and then the message is delivered.
Wait,
Okay.
could this be that shadow figure inside the dock area of the underground place?
Yeah, I suppose it could be.
And then You watch as the figure from the pod slowly starts to rise. As their mangled body starts to just fully zombify, rise up from the pod and crawl out, stepping over the lifeless form that they once inhabited. They just sort of, almost as if like a newborn trying to balance on these new feet, hair dangling down in front of their face. The police officer says, "Who are you? Identify yourself. You there, who is that person?" And Neon, as you try to make out the figure, you watch as they tilt their head up, their long hair brushing out of their face, and they reach up and wipe a string of blood that was dripping down from their forehead. And they say, "That's annoying, but I can fix that." As Minerva's body has been repossessed, and you watch as her eyes glitch and jitter, and light begins to illuminate from them.
I look at the other body. Is that Yoon's body?
It is.
What? Oh.
Okay, Neon's mind just turns off. He just runs in there. He's just angry. He's so angry at this point.
You watch as Minerva raises a hand. Are you running towards her or towards you?
I think he's running towards Yoon because, like, that was his whole reason of being mad at whoever this person is because of what they were doing to Yoon. So his focus is on Yoon at this moment.
You, fall to the ground beside Yoon, and as Minerva, raises a hand to do something to you, notices that you're not coming at them, and just sort of hesitates. Maybe because this body is new, maybe because they're still uploading the consciousness. You don't know. Maybe it's an act of understanding, of mercy. You don't know. But then they turn back to the police officer and begin to step forward out of the ambulance. And the man says, "I don't know who you are, but you have to stop. Dodger, see if we can't get any... Dodger?" And you watch Freddy as Dodger's limbs start to lock up, her cybernetic enhancements fighting against her, as she just sort of locks up and falls to the ground like a mannequin.
So, with the light that was emitted, was 2 able to see who it was?
It's Minerva. She walks past your pod, glances at you before moving on.
Oh yeah, 2's pissed off. My fucking crowbar!
Wait, don't you still have your pistol, or did you drop it?
Well,
wait, wasn't Minerva decapitated?
No, stabbed through the neck by crowbar.
Yeah.
Oh.
She's slowly pulling the crowbar out of her neck and just drops it to the ground.
That is gonna be annoying.
Question, this is in full view of Scope, right? Scope can see all this.
She's currently still in the ambulance. She hasn't stepped out onto the gangplank yet.
Okay.
This thing has regeneration? Fuck.
I can see Unit being like, I put a bullet in your head, I'm going to put another one.
What happened?
It doesn't look like her wounds are healing. There is still blood and viscera pouring out of these holes, but this body is being puppeted by something.
Okay. Is it possible I can roll for 2 to break through the thing again?
Go for it.
Disgusting.
Give me some sort of check.
Okay. Would basic tech work better? No.
Yeah.
I'll try brawling again.
Alright.
And I'll roll regular brawling, then damage.
I mean, if you were attacking it, then yeah, you would roll to hit and then damage. Or if you were trying to make a grapple check, you would just roll straight brawling.
Alright, 21, and now I gotta roll damage, correct?
What attack are you doing? Are you doing martial
brawling
arts? Brawling isn't an attack.
Oh,
that's
okay,
just a skill check.
Okay, good.
Are you attacking it or are you doing brawling?
Can I just do brawling or no?
Yeah, you can just sort of like try and grapple with this thing and push it out of your way.
Yeah. And then will I hit damage for it or no?
This is just
No.
like trying to move it out of your way.
All right.
You're like trying to lift a portcullis.
Hmm.
And I will say that its lock is weakened at this point. So what did you get
This-
for brawling?
21.
I will say that that is enough that you can kind of like start to get your fingers underneath of it and jiggle it enough that, I mean, you've moved through debris like this before. You know how to sort of just get it enough you can slide out and you make your way onto the floor next to Yoon and Neon.
Would I be at disadvantage trying to go after them or grab the crowbar and get them?
I mean, if you want to try and grab the crowbar, you certainly could.
Yes.
As you grab the crowbar, they actually like turn to look at you. Are you gonna make an attack against them?
You know, I think this would be precise attack. Another crowbar to the neck.
I mean, yeah, might as well just go for full decapitation.
Yeah, roll light medium weapon attack.
Light medium.
Yeah.
Is that
okay.
a thing?
I thought crowbar was a light melee instead of light medium.
Light melee weapon. That's what I meant to say.
For aimed attack, correct?
Are you aiming at a specific spot?
The neck.
Yeah.
Okay, then yes, this would be at a -8, but just go ahead and roll normally.
19, and to make sure this works, I'll add my egg.
A 19. Yeah, you just like, as she like raises up her arms, it's almost as if she raises up too high, as if trying to react with a smaller body still, and not used to this, medium-sized body. And she completely misses trying to block your attack, and you just stab right into her neck again. And that's when the police officer fires their gun.
I gotta make an evasion.
Yes, please.
Alright. 2's pumped up with adrenaline. 25.
Okay. You feel a bullet whiz past your shoulder as several shots are fired off, but you only feel one as you see over Minerva's shoulder, 2 bullets are just floating in the air. And then they fall to the ground.
Yep.
I now need you to make a brawling check, please. Unit.
Yep. Oh, I want to see if I succeed on this brawling, I might be able to just decapitate him now. 19, and I still have an egg.
You tell me if you're using it or not.
Oh yeah, the egg. 19 with egg.
Can I rush up to the officer and be like, "Officer, trauma team medic, that's not human, that's a rogue AI."
He's like, okay, what do you want me to do? As Minerva places a hand against Unit's chest and pushes him away, and Unit, as you fly backwards, your hands just like are outstretched and actually grab onto her wrist, and you manage to stay standing, but stumble backwards a little bit. And then Minerva cocks their head at you and says, "Interesting," like through garbled speech, almost as if there is another voice that's coming out of their throat without them using their mouth.
I see.
Then they take the crowbar out of their neck again and impale it into the wall behind you, as the voice says,
If you want to keep your things, try not to lose them.
Try not to lose them. That's what I comprehend.
Yes. And then they turn around and begin walking out of the ambulance. Scope.
Shoot him. Shoot him.
I would like to ask the officer if they have any cybernetic combating weapons.
He says, yeah, we're retrofitted with and then you watch as he lifts up into the air, unable to breathe. And then he gets tossed, just like immediately gone in the blink of an eye. And then you hear the crashing and shattering of glass and steel off in the distance. As you watch Minerva has just flicked her wrist.
Doc sighs, his shoulders slump a little, and he goes, well, shit.
I'd like to check for a pulse on Yoon, even though I'm pretty sure gonna be bad news.
Roll me medicine.
First aid, I believe.
Yeah, that's the one that it automatically has you take.
I feel like 2 is gonna keep going after him. So they just.
Do you want to try and grab the crowbar? It's currently embedded in the wall, so you'll have to use an action to wrench it free.
Oh, me. I feel like 2 is gonna either fucking drop kick him or knee him.
Okay. Roll me martial arts or something. Scope, are you taking a shot? Minerva is like 8 feet from Doc at this point.
Could I use...
I got a 15.
Yoon does have a pulse, but it's very weak.
Doc
Neon's gonna pick her up and run towards Doc.
Doc's gonna hold up a hand at Neon, and then he's going to look at Minerva, step to the side, and then rotate his body 90 degrees and like gesture with his arms, please move this way. I'm going behind you.
Roll me something. I don't know what to roll for that, but roll me something.
Did I
persuasion or something?
Persuasion not to kill me?
I mean, you could do something like bureaucracy, wardrobe and style. Like, I don't know, something of like you were trying to give them respect or something. I don't know.
Roll bureaucracy. The rules of engagement, medics are not targeted.
Fair enough.
You know, true.
Also, I'm going to ask again, Scope, would you like to take the shot?
Yeah, I think he went BRB and just forgot to tell us.
Okay.
Oh no.
Sparrow.
Of course.
Could I use Taekwondo as flavor text for dropkick?
Yes.
Alright. I rolled and then all this happened. I got 26. And now do I roll damage?
Oh, hold on.
You had the first hit to roll damage.
Okay. I got a 17 for persuasion. So there's that.
I think what happens is Minerva also steps to the side and turns 90 degrees as Unit just flies past the both of you. Just like full legs kicked up in the air. Just flies through the air past both of you.
You still roll higher than me?
Doc does one of those things where he just watches Neon to fly by and he's like, oh, I'll handle that one later. And he just moves further into the ambulance.
Well, what's that one? When animals are on guard.
When animals are on guard.
And they're like in that all four state to just catch themselves. That's what I'm trying to say. My character catch himself and just like on fours real quick.
Prepped?
Yeah, he's prepped to get back up.
Okay.
Fuck, I knew I should put a auto 10 on that.
I think once Doc gets to where Yoon is, Neon is gonna stand up and just start. Like, he's very obviously angry, but he's just like kind of a step below power walking, just straight towards where Minerva is.
Yeah, Doc's walking past Minerva, and
I figured that Neon ran past Minerva carrying Yoon's body out to you.
Oh.
Doc can motion for me to not bring her out.
Yeah. I mean, try and keep all the injured in one place.
Okay, well, Minerva has stepped aside and allowed either of you to pass. Who does it?
Yeah, I'm going in.
Okay. As you pass, Minerva says,
"Sorry about that one."
And then Minerva just turns and begins walking off.
Anyone else want to do anything?
Enough to try and tackle Minerva.
Yeah, Minerva's like walking up to Unit and glaring down at him like, "Are you about done?"
No, never.
All right, Mayday, what do you want to do, bud?
Wait,
like to...
Real quick, sorry to interrupt. When she says that to Doc, it's definitely gonna be like, Doc's confused for a second, and then he goes, "I mean, stop by my hospital, I might be able to do something for that," and then he continues walking in.
Can do her a card, a business card.
Yeah.
She doesn't.
Yeah, I was about to say, I would have given her one, but I feel like she wouldn't have taken one.
So you're saying Minerva walked past too?
No, she's walked up to you.
Uh-oh.
You know, might as well try more stupid stuff. Also, how many luck points did I accumulate? 1 or 2?
Let's see. I think for attacking her twice, I'll give you 2 more. You are like, I forgot that I need to award this to you. Thank you for asking.
Yeah, because I recall that happened and was like, this is direct.
Yeah.
Alright, is it possible, right, for my character to just grapple him and hold him?
You may certainly try.
Alright, Hope Scope is here so we can take the shot.
Mayday, what are you doing?
To run and try and tackle Minerva.
Alright.
Baby, it's me!
Both of you are rolling.
I got 22.
Alright, Mayday, what did you get for brawling?
19.
Why do I feel he say we hit each other?
Unit, you watch as you leap towards her that Mayday also does the same, and then Mayday freezes in the air, and then Minerva looks a little perturbed at you because you don't have cybernetics and like metal body parts in your body, and then she just raises a hand and whacks you to the ground.
Just whacks me with Mayday or just whacks me?
No, she like raises a hand and whacks you. Just smacks you right on the head, slamming you to the ground.
Yeesh.
You don't take any damage, but...
That's another luck point.
Just throws up midair?
Okay,
no.
so she...
Her dealing damage to you isn't you getting a luck point.
Oh, I see. Oh, no, I did not go after... Oh, no. I went after her.
I guess you did do another attack at her, so yes. Now you're up to 3. At this point, she is going to step over you.
Did I just grab the ankle?
I'm gonna say no. She's basically going to leave this engagement as the sound of sirens starts to get louder, and more police cars and another trauma team ambulance flies down. Minerva quickly makes their escape.
Wait, did it take Mayday with them?
No. Mayday was frozen in the air, and then once Minerva's like 20 feet away, Mayday falls to the ground.
I see, so I assume their range is 20 with that, alright.
Ish.
Ish. He was just in defeat, just punching the ground.
You're into feet? What?
In defeat, like he just lost.
Oh, okay.
So he's just punching the ground in frustration.
Unit who is just into feet just punches.
No.
Like I was so confused.
In defeat.
And he hated it. What monster did he become?
No. He hated it because he didn't step him more.
Oh no, I'm not Mayday.
Now I'd like to get down to business.
To defeat the Huns.
I'll make a man out of all y'all.
I'm cool.
Fair enough.
Before we leave this situation, Doc, I would like you to roll me paramedics on Yoon real quick.
Can I roll paramedics on everybody?
I mean, really the only one that's in critical is Yoon.
And Arturia.
But Bell is
one in the bag.
I see.
Okay. Well, paramedic then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Since what you call it left the trauma team vehicle, would there be electricity back in the state? Would it be back in working state?
Ooh. Hold on. Hold on.
I think after a while everything gets reset. Like I think people come back onto the ambulance and start it back up now that Minerva's gone.
I see. Two's gonna be able to punch through a fucking wall soon.
Okay, so I rolled a 16. I am spending 4 luck points and an egg point. So that would be a 20 and an egg point.
Okay. You get the idea that Yoon is somewhere in between life and death, and you don't know where. Her body has been like completely emaciated and just completely drained of vitality. She hasn't eaten or slept or
Not
anything
nourished.
in a long time. And you get the idea that she's going to have to go through some serious therapy
Rehab.
in order to recover. Yeah. But you can also tell that there is something else strange going on with her that you'll have to figure out once you've gotten her back. But you are able to stabilize her for the time being.
Straight.
What's everyone else doing now?
I mean, the new ambulance that landed. Can I walk over to them and be like, I'm the doctor on scene. Can these people as some of them are my patients specifically. Can all these people be transported to my hospital?
Yeah, they don't even it like if you provide the transportation, they'll let you take whoever basically.
Oh.
If you provide transportation.
Yeah. I mean, we still have Freddy's car. And
Well,
Fuck off.
no. If you do use your car, they may die faster since they're not in a cryo state.
True.
So,
But we have Belle.
yeah.
Belle is
Well,
currently powering the thing.
It was reset. That was just making sure Arturio's alive.
Right.
Yep.
They will allow you to use the ambulance to get Arturia to your hospital. How about that?
Okay.
Just to
cool.
make it quick and easy.
Thanks.
It looks like I'll fly.
So, does everybody make it back to the hospital? Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Like
cool.
I am ending this encounter, and you guys can.
One last thing.
Yes.
I would like to go and find the cop and tend to them.
Oh, he was just like
okay
in the air.
I mean, if you choose to do that, you can either stay at the scene and assist, or you can go with the ambulance. You can't do both.
Oh, okay.
But the ambulance that arrived is going and tending to everyone.
Okay, I would like to tell them that there's a cop in that general direction. That
yes, they're also looking for the other trauma team individuals that got thrown into buildings.
Yeah. Okay. Hospital time.
Two just gets on his bike and sees you there.
Okay. I'm guessing I have a lot of surgery rolls to make.
I think only 3,
basically.
4.
Go ahead and give me a check for healing unit.
Would that be surgery?
No, that wouldn't be surgery. That would just be
first aid.
First aid, yeah.
Okay. Okay. 17.
Okay. Yeah,
broken
that is
leg
enough
fixed.
to take care of. The music bot is not working. It's irritating the bejeebies out of me.
Bejeebies?
Um,
I'm sorry.
The heebie-bejeebies? Sorry, anyway.
Yes, you can, everyone can basically go back to any haven they want and basically get some rest. Basically mark off a long rest and get your hit points back, get rid of any, or like get your luck points back. I believe Unit was the only one that suffered a critical injury, so that's why we started with him.
Okay.
For being like completely loosing, I would like to go to the female cop and hand her my card with my number on it.
Okay. Bro,
She adds it to your file and says, "We'll be in touch."
You
I'm
know.
sure we will.
All right, I think it's time for the list.
She raises a fist and stops herself. Like she wants to smack you, but she's trying to be better.
Apologies for my friend.
Huh?
Well, I assume two got healed up over there, and then saw
Never
that
mind,
and then says that.
Never mind, it's too late. I wanted to maybe put it in my mouth before handing it to her. Oh,
Why?
He wants to be sexy.
Yeah, when?
That's not sexy though.
Can I punch him? Can I punch him for her?
Sure.
You might get bubble.
Can I stab him and then heal his stab wound, please?
Can you stab him with a needle that heals him?
I'm once again, I'm going to say that this this situation has ended, so you guys can go wherever you would like to and perform any actions you would like.
I see. Anyone want to go first?
Auto repair shop.
Okay.
We have one right here.
Arturia?
Freddie, would you like to go to Asphodel Trucking and have your car repaired?
Oh God.
I think that was a no.
Sure.
Okay.
What am I doing?
They could do it really quick with you, just like right there.
All right.
It'll take 3 hours, and it'll only cost 5 favor.
Okay.
Or you could spend an additional favor to reduce that hour.
That's fine.
Okay.
Did we ever
5 favor, you said?
Yep.
Did we ever find Candle's original car?
No.
No.
They patch up the door, they patch up the window, they patch up the wheels, the car. It's like, it's not just a body repair, it's like they're actually doing a full tune-up and everything.
That's fine.
And they'll be like, we can give you a ride back to anywhere you would like and have your car delivered to you, or you can wait here. They've got a small waiting room. What would you like?
I'll wait here. I'll wait.
Okay.
They put a bomb in the hood.
You can even watch through like a glass window and watch them work on it.
Glass wall.
Oh yes.
Okay. Yeah, it's really cool. They put it up on this thing and they rotate it around in 360, just pulling off things, almost like a pit crew, just rotating around and pulling it off and putting on parts. And, yeah, exactly.
Is it?
One of them catches on fire.
Is it actual people that are pulling things off as it's rotating, or is it
there are a lot of
arm?
robots, those those manufacturing arms or whatnot, but there are people in there working on it. Yeah.
Okay, so it's both. Okay. Cool.
Anyone else?
Yeah, I would like to put Arturia back together.
All right. I need you to give me a surgery roll for repairing all of the critical injuries.
Okay.
She doesn't have. She's got one leg reattached, but she still has one on her arms, her other leg, and her neck, which is a head injury. So you tell me on which one you're doing, and then roll surgery.
Oh. What was the first one you said?
She has one leg attached. She still has another leg, 2 arms, and a neck.
Okay.
Those are going up in difficulty.
I'll do the neck, I guess.
All right.
I got a.
Would you like
31.
certainly to assist you?
She can if she'd like.
All right, you have advantage.
Okay. Yeah, I got 31.
All right.
For first one.
That is enough to repair the damage of the whiplash that happened. That basically broke a bunch of spine bone. Managed to put that back together. Yeah. I like to imagine that Belle is just sitting on top of her chest this entire time, just keeping track of her vitals throughout the whole
For some
operation.
reason, he's also purring, slightly vibrating.
No, I'm not slightly purring. I'm telling Doc how Goldilocks showed up and say, true alive, true dead, just perfect.
Goldilocks.
Yeah.
If he was purring,
Okay.
he'd be purring at the heartbeat rate.
What's
2
the
arms
next
and a leg.
one? 2 arms and okay. Well, 1 arm is a 19.
With advantage?
Oh right, advantage. Sorry.
Advantage means you do another roll.
Yep.
Yep.
Check.
You take the higher.
And oh my god.
What did you get?
Hold on, I gotta roll another 10.
Oh.
29 for an arm.
All right. Yeah, you put that arm back on, no problem. There was some actual additional issues with not just having it like dismembered, but there was like some like shrapnel in there and like clothing bits and pieces that you also just very quickly and efficiently move out of there.
Okay.
It's good as new.
Sweet. Next arm.
Okay.
With advantage is a 24.
Yes, that is also good enough. It wasn't like ripped off, but it was like broken and twisted around, and you managed to reset the bones.
Okay, and then I think leg is the last thing.
Yep.
Oh, you already fixed the neck?
Yeah.
Is
That's what you got a 31 on.
That's good.
a 25.
Okay, that will also repair the damaged bones in that. So Arturia is basically back to normal now. In which case, I think with enough rest, I think Arturia can just sort of come back to consciousness later. So maybe like
how much
the next day or so. But yeah, you just kind of got some like machines on her to monitor her, but otherwise she doesn't really need anything. Maybe some extra blood that she lost.
You know, that's fair. I guess we'll give her a transfusion at some point. Do I roll for transfusion?
I will
First
let
aid?
you roll conceal reveal.
Oh, okay.
While that happens, can 2 go buy flowers?
There it is.
Hold on just a second, please.
Gotcha.
Does certainly give me advantage with this?
She does not, but she will roll individually.
Okay. I exploded again!
She also exploded.
Oh no!
I got a 30.
The super squad.
Okay, she didn't get that high, but like after the I think after the surgery, she comes to you and just like, that was quite stressful. I'm not really sure why. It just sort of felt like someone was watching us.
Somebody's watching me.
Doc smiles and gives her like a half hug, like an arm around the shoulders kind of thing, and he's like, yeah, you'll get used to him.
She raises an eyebrow and goes back to her daily duties.
And then there's just Neon's face in the window.
Jeez.
He's just plastered to the glass with like his nose up
And you see
against
just
it.
2 behind him with flowers.
Yeah, you can easily go out and buy flowers. Do you want to get anything extravagant or something? See, actually, I will give you the option. You can, because flowers is something that's kind of a rarity, I will either let you get something simple for free, or I will let you decide how much money you would like to spend on these flowers.
Doesn't Doc have a greenhouse with flowers, like a variety of them?
No, that's Kent.
That's Kurt.
Oh,
Kent. Yep.
Kent. Alright, well I guess he goes to Kent and asks for like daisies and irises flowers.
Oh, you want to like go all the way across town and visit a specialist to ask for something?
Yeah, since doesn't have flowers. Yeah.
Okay. I would like this to be a scene, if that's all right.
I'm okay with that.
In which case, we can jump to that unless anyone has anything they need to do.
Do we need to make surgery for Yun?
I mean, Yoon is going to need some like role play of like taking care of her. Like, I don't think there's anything that you necessarily need to like do to her.
Surgery wise.
She has suffered some injuries from you guys like fighting her. But I think now that she's at a haven, she can like heal and rest up.
Okay.
But yeah, she's not like brain dead or anything, but you can tell that like something has happened to her cyberware, and also her physiology has also been sort of like messed with. So you could investigate that, I suppose. But for her health, I don't think there's anything you necessarily need to do at the moment.
I would like to join you to buy flowers because it was kind of my fault that she's in the hospital.
He was already just on his bike.
Can't they still ride on?
Mayday, wrap yourself up and hop in.
Two will take a really bumpy ride if you go with him.
Time to get back in the bag.
Okay, hold on. Wait, out of character, real quick. Unit.
Heart.
I'm fairly certain that Mayday's character would very much enjoy a bumpy ride.
I know, but if he's in the back, he's probably gonna get hit by another car.
I'm just saying, if you're both on a motorcycle and his hands are around your waist,
Moving on.
he's really enjoying the
Moving
ride.
on.
Okay.
I love that they're like back into the bag, and he's like turn to Bell, and Bell just like pull like aluminum foil to wrap him up.
Huh?
Mayday's like want to be wrapped up to go with Unit, right?
Who will like
But
just
the only-
decline him?
Because this is Unit's scene, Unit can decide who gets to accompany him.
So that means basically Panda, Bell, and Doc only for two, if they want to go.
So
But I don't think Doc should
you're
be.
purposely excluding Mayday, who was the only person who asked.
Yeah,
Okay.
because they're gonna get another fight. He's already pissed off that he couldn't kill someone.
I mean, I suppose Mayday could make their way to Kent as well, but I think Unit finds a way to avoid them. Is what I'm going to say.
Yeah, I didn't think of that.
I just like give her some of the flowers my fans sent me because they saw me get fucked up earlier.
Don't re-gift flowers. That's
Hand-me-down gifts or flowers, really?
also. Does anybody else have injuries that Haven can't cure?
No, nobody else had a critical injury, which was the only thing that Havens can heal. But yes, Unit, as you drive your motorcycle all the way across town, making your way to one of the only places of the city that has any sort of like traditional life, you make your way past these still large but smaller domes inside of another dome of the city, consisting of these greenhouses full of like fields of flowers and wheat and trees and various things. You do make your way to the gate and up to the front office, where you say you are here to see Kent. Do you purposely ask for him, or do you just say that you want to get some flowers?
I guess my character will say if there's time, he would like to see Kent and pick up flowers.
Make a persuasion check.
Almost put perception. 15. And I think I'm gonna do an inspiration to get a better roll. Hopefully. It's 7.
Okay, well that's fine. You still take the better roll.
Alright.
So you ask if you could see Kent, and the person on the counter says they don't know where Kent is, but they're probably out wandering. So if you find them, you can ask them yourself. They haven't necessarily been themselves lately, been cooped up in their work, even more so lately. It seems like they're trying to keep themselves busy from thinking about something, so they're probably upset. And you guys do remember the last time that you interacted with Kent, maybe basically cut him out of her life, made some terrible decisions, and then just completely left him in the dust. And Kent just basically like, alright, you know, I was a personal doctor, and if you just don't want me around anymore, that's fine.
So he's just a little heartbroken.
He hurting.
I mean, they were like brother and sister.
I see.
They were family.
So he's just cooped up in his room, basically.
I mean, he's like keeping himself busy with tending to plants and things.
Could I just go to him and ask him about the flowers, and then just tell him about what happened?
Give me some sort of check for trying to find him. Maybe tracking or something.
I'll see if I have enough tracking. I want to see what else I could use besides tracking.
I would allow perception, but it would be a higher DC.
Okay, well I might as well try tracking. I finally get to use it. I
Wilderness
guess.
survival. Is that a good thing to have?
Wilderness survival?
It's the last of the education skills.
I think I'll try. I was fat fingering trading. I was like, wait, what the hell? I got 21 on trading. I was trying to put tracking.
Okay. Tracking would be the best.
Yeah. Actually, Wilderness Survival has a 4 on it. I'll try that one instead.
Okay.
17.
You... You know what? I'll roll for it.
Oh gosh.
No, I'll see how well he's stealthing.
Oh. Well, he smells like fertilizer and such. And that's a new smell.
Unfortunately, you do not see him as you wander through the various domes. Do you keep wandering until you find him, or do you give up and get some plans?
I'll try one more time on Wilderness Survival.
Okay.
Or can't I just like counter her stuff with my stuff, or there's no way?
I think if you want to find him, you'll have to roll, and you'll just be spending more time trying to do it, or you can just grab some flowers.
Alright, I think I know what I'm gonna do. Alright, so I'm gonna try Wilderness Survival.
Okay.
17, and I'll add an auto 10.
Okay. Alright, I didn't explode twice that time. So like, as you are wandering around, you do eventually find him. And he's at this desk that's in the middle of like a hydroponics room. So it's got like, you know, various plants and tubes and hoses and things on it, in addition to like paperwork and pencils and pens. So like everything's kind of damp and dirty and just completely messy. But he kind of seems to be in the zone a little bit. But you can definitely see that he's like incredibly frustrated. Things are like crumpled and tossed around, but he's just sort of almost methodically just sort of sitting at this desk, working away at some of this paperwork and like attending to these plants. How do you approach it?
Two would knock twice on the door and says, "You busy?"
The door would be like half a mile away. This is like this would be in one of these large things, yeah.
I guess I'll just have him like whistle to get his notification on him.
Yeah.
Notification.
It's kind of like there's this little tent
Notice.
out in the middle of this huge field, basically.
Yeah, I'm having my character just like do a louder whistle, try to get his attention.
You could like tap on the edge of the tent, I would say, if you wanted to do that.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't want to like startle him basically because he's deep in work.
I mean, this is also like a huge desk too, so if you wanted to like, you get his attention and he kind of like glances up from his work. What do you want?
Well, you're one of the only people who I think can help me.
Really? It seems like I can't help anybody lately.
Man, don't be so tough on yourself.
He puts his glasses back on. His like full like face goggles basically that have like the electronic implants or whatever.
Alrighty.
They're like cyber goggles basically.
Yeah, I figured. Like they could zoom in and such.
And he stands up and adjusts his clothes. It looks like he has been working in the exact same clothes since the last time you saw him. He is not bathed.
Alright. Put that information to us. Say, how are you doing?
How long has it been?
A while.
It's several days.
So about a week.
Okay.
I would say less than a week.
Less than a week?
Okay, so it's not as bad as I thought it was, but that's still good.
But yeah, to ask him, so how you holding up? How you doing?
What do you need from me?
Well, some flowers and medication.
Flowers I can help with. What kind of medication are you looking for?
The one for pain, you know, to heal up fast and to be able to keep moving.
There are lots of kinds of pain.
Physical pain. You know, something to speed up the healing process.
Are you looking for something that will dull the senses or will actually accentuate the healing process?
I'd much rather have it actually help me than make me feel nothing.
So you're looking for something that will actually help and doesn't just make it easier.
Yeah. Two pulls out the two vials he has, the speed heal and stims. Something like these, if you could have them.
He takes them from you and glances over them. These are... Wow. Okay. Yeah. We tend to use something a bit finer here, but I can understand how that might be useful where you come from. But I guess to each their own. He hands it back to you. Actually, I'm no expert. I'm not here to tell you how to live your life. I'm just here to supply and demand. And he turns away. So again, I will ask, you can decide how much money you want to spend on flowers. What exactly sort of medicine are you trying to buy?
Oh, speed heal and stims to help with wounds and critical injuries, I think. Let me just check the description.
Yeah,
So,
if you could find that in like the
yeah, I found it. Stims are the ones that ignore penalties from being seriously wounded, and speed heals just, well, it just helps the mortally wounded state for XP. Or an XP, for your health.
Hold on, I gotta find stims because I didn't originally find this in the equipment.
I just used the app, that's why.
Yeah, I don't see anything for stim.
Really?
Oh, here it is. Yeah, it's a pharmaceutical. Let's see. When injected with a dose of stim, target can ignore all penalties from being in a seriously wounded state for an hour. Okay, so this would be like morphine, basically. This would be ignoring a critical injury for a while.
Yeah.
I would say, if you wanted to get a stim, that would be 10 favor for one.
For one?
Yes. These things are expensive.
And how much would it be for a speed heal?
Their body plus their will. I would say 7.
Alright. Well, I'm gonna have my characters get one of each.
Okay. So go ahead.
So
mark off 7.
That'd be 12. Oh, 17?
Yes.
Oh, that's right, you said 10.
Yeah, 7 and 10. So that would be 17.
Alright, gotcha. And I think he's gonna try to talk more to Kent on some
How
other
about you roll
matters.
conversation to see if you can eke out any more information from him?
Oh, I was just gonna give him information.
Oh, what did you want to talk to him about?
Basically all things that happened today.
All right. He doesn't respond, just sort of letting you talk as he works. But you watch as he's got these like in like cases already, but he like goes ahead and makes it for you by hand while you're talking. And just sort of takes materials and extracts from plants and things and concocts these vials for you. And he basically hands you an apparatus that doesn't use a needle. It's just sort of like this. Actually, I guess he will give you the option of whether you want an inhaler, if you want a patch, or you want a needle.
To which to say the needle.
Okay. Then he'll just make some disposable needles for you. He says, remember, these are one-time use. You don't want to reuse a needle. You got to make sure you use them properly, because you don't want them to be having any foreign matter that gets pushed into your bloodstream.
I know. I dealt with such cases before. Don't worry. So, Ken, I'd like to ask you something. Would you be interested in a delivery boy or another employee?
Make a persuasion check. or actually, make a bureaucracy.
Bureaucracy?
Or a business.
Here we go.
What is the difference between bureaucracy? Oh no, bureaucracy is cutting the red rope.
Yeah. Business is like doing business deals and opportunities and actually talking about like the logistics of stuff, so business would be better. Bureaucracy would be like, hey, I'm a pauper, you're a prince. Let's work together, you know?
Alright.
It was always hustling.
Yeah. You know,
so like depending upon which one you do, you would be approaching it from a different angle, so to speak.
I'm gonna say it's business.
Okay.
So 22.
He says, we do have a lot of high value packages, and a lot of our transactions are on site. If you could offer service to transport these, you would be putting yourself in a lot of danger. You'd be under fire. You'd be subject to getting robbed. But if you could deliver these without injury or failure, if that is what you're offering, then we could possibly do some work.
Oh, check this out. And he just shows Kent his torso of all his like basically scarring and such. It ain't really nothing new.
Ah, I see. You've worked as a courier before then. Alright.
Yep. Do you know where I could get some filters, some mask filter?
We've got some relative filters on site. What sort of things are you looking for? Just some rebreathers?
Yeah, I don't want.
Yeah, we could get you one of those.
Yeah, I
and
just
that would
don't
just
want
be
to be
one
taken.
favor.
Yeah, so just give him a favor.
Yep.
Nice.
Go
Now.
ahead and add a rebreather.
Yep. And then I guess I could say I fashioned it into the mask. Will that be in gear?
Yes.
Or it's anti-smog breathing mask instead of a breather? I see.
Right. Like this wouldn't be for you to breathe underwater, but this would like scrub the air of any impurities.
All right, I see. Let's see. What else can 2 say they can? All right, I guess. Oh wait, let me just do this on my list. How did Kent react to tell him everything that just happened today?
He doesn't particularly care.
Alrighty.
But when you go to pick out flowers, which again, I'm gonna ask, how much money do you want to spend on flowers? Do you want to get like 1 or 2? Do you want to get a huge bouquet? Do you want to get like arranged neatly or whatever?
I want to see how many flowers can 2 get for spending a total of 4, like 2 for each.
I think you would get a very beautiful bouquet. That would be like perfect for putting in someone's room.
Yeah. He's like, yeah. So 2 would just hand them those 4 favor for the 2 flowers.
Okay. And you can get whatever flowers you like arranged neatly in a vase that is self-sustaining for a month.
Irises and daisies.
Okay. As he's like clipping these and arranging them up for you, he sort of casually asks, "Speaking of flowers, how's Maybe doing?"
I haven't heard from Maybe, but we got a new person named Certainly at the hospital.
And how's she doing?
Busy, I guess. I haven't really talked to her since, well, the whole scenario and such. Don't have much time to do much.
He hands the bouquet back to you and says, "I'll tell her to keep an eye on that sister of hers and make sure she's taking her medicine. Not that it's any of my business."
Don't put yourself down, big guy. Yeah, maybe we'll be upset with you, but the best you could do is whatever you can, really. Help out however you can.
She has a very serious medical condition.
I know nothing about that,
He,
so
like,
that's your expertise.
As he's like handing the vase to you, he's gripping it, and then he decides to like, "It's not my business," and he just lets go of it and hands it off to you. And then he doesn't say anything.
Alright, Kent. Talk to you another time. Hopefully, nobody else is in the hospital.
Just doesn't say anything.
Oh, jeez, I thought you were supposed to say something about me. Out of character.
Oh yeah, there's not. Just comes in, start talking shit about you.
Oh yeah, Freddy ran
Oh, yeah,
somebody
this is-
off the road.
Yeah. And 2 goes back to the hospital with the flowers.
Okay.
Anyone else?
Yeah, is there anything else anyone would like to do?
How much is the seat chassis?
I'd like to go and buy her flowers as well.
Oh,
That's
who
possible.
are you buying flowers?
Victoria.
Okay. Yeah. How much favor would you like to spend on these flowers?
Actually, let me check on the favorite I have real quick.
How much is a chassis again? Or to upgrade the seat?
Which vehicle are you upgrading?
The super bike. The speed bike, whatever it's called.
If you just want to add a another seat to it, I think you get like a seat upgrade for 5 favor. So you get it to 2 seats.
Alright, it's just 5?
Yeah.
Alright.
But you'll have to do like the crafting for it and labor and whatnot. Which I say that you can do without having to make a skill check. It'll just be like during this downtime. Or some downtime, whenever you want to do it.
Yep. Oh, yeesh. Smoking on the upgrade.
They're on flowers for her.
What'd you say, Mayday?
You can pick around flowers for her.
How much favor are you spending? And out of curiosity, what kind of flowers?
Roses.
Okay. Again, this is one of those things that it's nicety, so, like, you tell me how much you're spending here.
I already said 15. Did you not hear me?
Oh, I did not. You're kind of garbling. Yeah, so you get, like, a big sort of arrangement, I think. Like, it's not just something that fits... It's not a bouquet that fits into a vase. It's, like, a whole sort of circular, almost like wreath thing, I guess, or whatever.
Would like to put like a note with it apologizing for running her over with like 5 favor put inside.
Okay.
Oh, shoot. How many people can I call in for backup on level 4?
I'll take a quick look.
Yeah. Because I don't know what I need to just bring in 3 people. I've forgotten.
Give me a minute.
It's
But yeah,
in the
maybe
app.
you can go ahead and do that. Let's see.
I think I'm able to...
It's always 4.
Oh, I see, that works.
Backup rank 1 and 2 is heavy pistols and Kevlar is what they have.
Okay. Now I could just roll around with a posse.
Rank 3 and 4, they have compact ground cars.
Nice.
Which I will say that if you want to exchange two ground cars for 4 people and exchange that to 4 bikes for 4 people, you can do that.
Could I have like 1 bike and... Or... Yeah, 1 bike and 2 cars for them? Or actually, I'll just stick with the 2 cars.
Okay. I mean, it's just sort of like flavor text anyways.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if you wanted to go like full biker gang. Right?
Nah, not yet.
Okay.
We're gonna go Yakuza style from back then.
But yeah,
Or
also
to buy a new weapon.
At
Would I
higher
do it in
ranks,
session or
they're,
out of session?
At higher ranks, their stats also go up.
Yeah.
So they're...
And 12 is highest.
Yes. Let's see. It says rank 10 is the highest.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it was 12.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
10 is the highest.
10 is the highest?
Yeah.
Okay. My mistake then. I will have to adjust my homebrew things. Unless I specifically designed them to be able to go up to 12. But I think I must have just misread it and went to 10. Anyways.
I think what's gonna happen... Well, I'm gonna let Mayday do his thing, and I'll let everybody else do their thing while I go use the bathroom.
Okay.
So I was curious on if I were to buy a new weapon, would I have to do it in session, or could it be out of session? Out of session,
No,
because
it
I'm
can
not
be
sure
out of
what I'd
session.
like to
That's
get.
fine.
Yeah, because I'm looking at it right now. I'm not sure what I'd like to get yet.
Yeah, we can do that outside of session. That's fine.
I think
If it was a custom weapon, though, would it be in session?
I mean, if you wanted someone to like craft something, maybe, but I think it's fine.
Just future.
I mean, it would kind of depend, but I think it's fine.
I think after Doc is finished what he's doing and Neon knows that both Arturia and Yoon are relatively, given their current circumstances, fine.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of like, a lot of the tenseness in his body kind of like goes away, and he just like takes a few moments to breathe, and then he just starts going straight towards the room that Ruby and Zodar are in.
Okay.
I guess when he gets in there, he closes the door behind him, and as awkward as being the awkward person he is, he says, "Hi, how have y'all been?"
It's strange. I had to kill the other guy. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah.
Ultron reference. I like that. You're welcome.
And it better not actually be red roses.
Oh. Okay, I see now.
But here's the question: did Zodar eat red, or did red eat Zodar?
Whoa.
Ooh. Okay, yeah.
Spooky.
They're in there.
Oh yeah. Yeah, flavor text. Two puts a little note saying from two, and little two glowing eyes on there.
Okay.
Zodar, I know that last time we talked, your senses were, I guess, limited to the hospital. I wanted to know if you noticed anything recently when we came back, anything out of the ordinary.
It seems like you've interacted with the one that stole part of me.
Yeah. Whatever they are, they switched bodies and left you behind. I'm not smart, but I guess from what they've said that it looks like she can potentially recover. I don't know if any of what was taken from you is still in her. Are you able to tell if that's the case or not?
I don't know what they did, so it's hard to say, really. I am all that's left. Am I even the original Zodar? I don't know.
That's a very high-level, hypothetical question that my brain cannot comprehend.
Have you ever heard of the thought experiment of the ship of Theseus?
Yeah. That damn
You're not
thing.
here.
I'm not. Oh, I thought anyone could get in this area. My bad.
I didn't really have a formal education. The closest was looking at the title of books that my dad had, but no.
The simple explanation is this. There was a ship that was built by Theseus that he used on his adventures. That ship was left behind in history and found and brought to a museum. But as the ship decayed, they replaced parts of it, and eventually they replaced all the parts so that there was no original material from the boat that Theseus built. Is that ship that is in the museum still the ship of Theseus, or is it something new entirely?
So something similar to what is going on here, and he just like brings his arms up and like taps it because they're metal.
Indeed. Is that your arm?
It feels like it.
Then maybe that's all there is to it. The question is if all of those parts around you get replaced with metal until there's nothing of you left, is it still really you? And if so, what happens if someone gathers up all of your old parts and put them back together again? Would that be you?
I'd say that there would be two me. Did you know that? I know you don't know her name, but she's the other one who was pretty badly hurt. Did you notice anything about her when she got brought in?
She's suffered something terrible, I can tell you that. There have been several tests where they have tried to bond me with other living beings, and, well, it does not go well. Imagine trying to power a light bulb with a car battery. Some things just don't connect together.
Neon will pull up his palm and ask Kylita to like, because like he finds it easier to talk to her like face to face. He asks her to pop up on his palm.
She says, technically you can power a lemon with a car battery. But not for very long.
I think Neon just looks very bewildered by that statement. But he like kind of shakes his head. Kylita, could you, I guess, I don't know the proper terms for it, could you take a nap for a bit so I can ask Zodar a question?
Okay, she goes into standby mode.
Alright, I don't know if this is a bad idea or not, but Zodar, does the name Ulysses mean anything to you?
Hold on. That is not a name I have heard since. And he begins to muse for a moment. Ulysses is not a person. It's not a name. It's a project. Project Ulysses.
The very few things I know about it, as we were leaving the place that you were holed up in, on the other side from the labs, there was this shadowy figure that we could like barely make out on the other side of the airlock. As we were leaving, Arturia asked it if she knew of Ulysses, and it freaked out. And then at one point, I decided to ask Aelita what she knew about Ulysses, and I feel like my brain almost exploded. It was like I don't know.
Yeah. I'm not sure what your friend there has to do with Ulysses, but I do know that people were made to forget. Are you sure you want me to tell you?
Yes.
All right. He goes in to explain that Project Ulysses was a submersible laboratory that was sent into the waters that